We show you rates from other companies, even if they're lower than ours, so you can choose what's best for your family.
It used to be a hard day's work, but now it's over.
What's going on, everybody? John on here with you. It's a Tuesday, November 28, 2023. Let's get into it. It's the Florida Panthers and the Toronto Maple Leafs. It sounds like this for the Florida Panthers. They're 13-7-1, head coached by Paul Maurice. It's Aleksander Barkov, Evan Rodrigues, Sam Reinhart with Gustav Forsling and Aaron Ekblad, Sam Bennett, Carter Verhaeghe, Matthew Tkachuk with Nico Mikkola and Brandon Montour, Anton Lundell, Eetu Luostarinen, and Nick Cousins with Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Dmitry Kulikov, Kevin Stenlund, Jonah Gagavich, and Ryan Lundberg will be the back end of the forwards, and Anthony Stolarz will get the start in net. For the Toronto Maple Leafs, head coached by Sheldon Keefe, it sounds like this. They're 10-6-3 on the season. Auston Matthews, Matthew Knies, William Nylander with Morgan Rielly and TJ Brody, John Tavares, Tyler Bertuzzi with Mitch Marner, Nick Giordano and Jake McCabe, Max Domi, Nick Robertson, Calle Jarnkrok with David Kampf, Noah Gregor, and Ryan Reeves. Simon Benoit and Connor Timmins will be the back-end defense, and Ilya Samsonov will get the start in net. So it's the second meeting of the season between these two. The Panthers won the first game 3-1. They're Atlantic Division rivals, so they will meet 4 times. And Toronto's had some time off, but Florida, they just came off of a 5-0 shutout of the Ottawa Senators. And Matthew Tkachuk and Brady Tkachuk, they met at center ice. Things got a little nasty, and everybody on the ice got pretty much a penalty on that side. So Bally Sports Sun is cut right into this, and we will get underway here. So about 19:45 left to go in the first, and now Montour will send this across the right side, and this deflects to Ilya Samsonov, and he'll take a spinning puck. And this will be an opportunity here for Morgan Rielly to send this one across as Verhaeghe gets the interception. And Toronto picks it back up in their own end. So I'll pull back up both rosters here. We're really just getting underway. Matthew Knies trying to get this in between his legs. Willie Nylander trying to pry it loose. And now Florida has it. As they'll settle it back now with Montour. So Montour and Nico Mikkola will mix in, but Gustav Forsling will probably be on the first line side of it, what they have now. So Paul Maurice going to have to mix those defensive lines, especially because Ekblad and Montour just coming back. Just their 6th game played from the injuries. Again, that was sustained during the Boston Bruins in the first round when they got that historical 4-3 Game 7 victory over that in the series. And then after that, it was beating the Toronto Maple Leafs in 5 games. So Florida Panthers know these teams quite well. 18:45 left to go in the first. Don't have a shot on goal just yet, but the Maple Leafs have iced it. So they can't make any changes. It'll be an offensive zone drop coming for the Panthers. So they're showing Anthony Stolar's stats. 4 games, 3-1 record, 228, 917, and no shutouts. Again, with the no shutouts, he's got a few points higher save percentage than Bobrovsky that has 2 shutouts. And on the other side, Joseph Woll will get the start in that. They said it was Samsonov, but they're going to go with Woll on this side, so I'll make that correction. And I'll give you his numbers in a second. Tyler Bertuzzi with a long flip as this one gets bounced. John Tavares trying to backhand this one to get close to the offensive zone, but Oliver Ekman-Larsson, a new addition, will go ahead and pick this one up. A first hit will allow the Maple Leafs to go ahead and pick this one up, and Nick Cousins has a chance now off the drop pass. Ekblad, somebody runs into their own man for the side for the Panthers, and this is picked up for Calle Jarnkrok. He goes for a sharp angle chance, another opportunity. Stopped by Stolarz at third on a slap shot, and he makes the save. He didn't have to move on the third one, but Toronto was funneling pucks at the net, and Stolarz able to hold his ground. My goodness. As it's Florida now. They'll try to pick this one up with Anton Lundell. Toronto being very physical in this game so far. They got the first 3 shots on goal here, and they look pretty good. As this is a long pass and across the red line now. He looked at by Joseph Woll, but this will be flipped in off the glass. And Florida will recollect this thing in the neutral zone on the defensive side for Brandon Montour. Again, when Cooper Hopkins was looking on the Vegas Golden Knights side, he was a new dad. As he's a really good defenseman on top of that. Liljegren gets dispossessed of the puck. Robertson does as well. Florida sends this out in front of pivot to the high side on the blue line. This goes off Joseph Woll's stick shaft and picked up by David Kampf. Kampf now trying to get this across the Maple Leaf line as we're at Scotiabank side of the Scotiabank Arena. And this is sent back down the ice for Mark Giordano. 17 minutes left to go in the first. It's a fast start for the Maple Leafs with shots on goal. It's 3-2 on this side. They had a funnel of 3 shots in a row. As this is a hit near the boards, picked up by Ekblad off the backhand. Nicely played in between the legs. And Florida gets a chance with the Road Whites to get started here. Montour shovels a shot. And toward the right side, red line, bounced up in the air, loose out in front. A good active stick check by Toronto. Stopped their chance right in front. It's picked up by Tkachuk. Walks in and he tries to shoot it, but this one gets blocked. Tkachuk now trying to use the body to keep it alive. And Florida will shovel this in behind the net. That's where they work. This is a pass attempt that bounces off the stick of Wall. And now Maple Leafs trying to get it out of the way with William Nylander. And now this gets knocked away from Jarnkrok. Picked up by Tkachuk. And he'll flip it in. Wall will try to stop it, but he missed it. Morgan Rielly has his back, though. 16:05 left to go in the first. John Tavares gained the entry off the left-hand side. Now, off his backhand, centered out in front, and this one gets blocked for Bertuzzi as Toronto try to keep this in. Morgan Rielly, he's working his way near the left side dot, and behind the cage for Calle. Jarnkrok. Jarnkrok now trying to spin it for Tavares as he's behind the right side red line, and his long sauce pass goes back to Wall. Wall now settle it down, and Rielly sent it across for TJ Brody. Brody will hold, leave it here for Rielly across the red line, trying to flip it in. Florida possibly looking to intercept this thing with Sam Reinhart. Again, he's got 15 goals on the season. He's tops in the NHL on that side of it. Somebody falls down and blows a tire for Florida. That's going to allow a chance for Robertson to be able to buy some time, but it's 4 Panthers to 1 Maple Leaf. Jarnkrok trying to find it, and this will be picked up off the backhand. Florida gains the red line and fires it in, as Toronto will find it in their own end. Then Wall will settle it down again. The third line defense for Sheldon Keefe's going to look a little different because you got about 3 different defensive injuries. Jake Muzzin, Timothy Liljegren, the list goes on that side. Florida keeps it in with Nick Cousins. We'll take this blue to blue. Kulikov sends the pass, and this will be near the left side of the red line. Florida will pick it up off the stick chop. Still trying to make a play from the knees. Nick Robertson will watch. And this will be an opportunity to get picked up by David Camp and flip down the ice. 14:35 left to go in the first. We've had nonstop action here. As this is in across the red line. Nicely sticked away by Toronto. But Florida might be able to get to this one now. As Reinhart, he's watching. Wall will play it quickly behind the right side red line. A flip pass is not out of the zone. Florida able to keep it in. As Luosterainen and Forsling trying to work together to pry it loose. As this is in behind the left side red line of Joseph Wall. Toronto spins off the backhand, trying to get this one out with David Camp. A stick lift will do it. Aaron Ekblad, one of the longest tenured Florida Panthers, will touch. We'll send this across to the right sideline. Be an opportunity off the backspin. What a move for the backhand side. Maybe make sure I get that name on them. We get a chance because I'm absolutely forgetting. It's been a while since I covered it. It was Gustav Forsling now. He's trying to pick this one up. With Ryan Lomberg. Lomberg's been doing all the spins. That's my correction. As it's picked up now to the right side faceoff dot. Lomberg now trying to hold this one off high for Verhaeghe. And this goes just a little bit wide for Tkachuk as this is centered away. Picked up across the red line for Aaron Ekblad. There's an opportunity for Tkachuk. Goes between his legs. Backhanded pass. And it doesn't find anybody near the left side dot. Verhaeghe now lost it. And now Auston Matthews will give chase as Florida enters off sides. 13:18 left to go in the first. This has been a frantic action. Been over almost 7 minutes of action before we got a whistle. Scoreless.
Some people just know that's not gonna fit.
That's not gonna fit. Ready?
No,
I'd cut it in half and make 2 chairs.
those are the people who know you're in good hands with Allstate.
Thursday night football on Prime. It's on.
Appreciate it, guys. For anyone that's following along on the Twitter space and the YouTube side, if you want any clear audio, you can follow at John Reinhart up on the Twitter space. We will give you this game in its entirety, and then we'll follow along a Hopeless Sports Guy with the game story and everything else we go across. But we're almost 13 minutes into the first period here, and it is scoreless between the Maple Leafs and the Panthers. I'll give you the scoring updates as we get to the end of the first period and everything else, and I'll give you some news and notes across the league as well as what's been going on with me when we get to the end of the first. The Islanders and Devils are now underway. We have the early game between the Panthers and Maple Leafs, but Islanders and Devils also scoreless, and their break with 14:44 in the first. That one is in New Jersey. New Jersey reeling a little bit, but they did get Nico Hischier back. 9-9-1 on the season. The Islanders are 8-6-6. That's an odd record already of 6 OTL points, but at least they put those in the bank. So looking a little bit like the Calgary Flames of last year's side of it. A lot of overtime losses.
Yeah, let's get to our keys to the game. Well, the Panthers, they won the key face-off last night, win against Ottawa. Hey, the Toronto Maple Leafs come in there.
And it's been the Ryan Lundell experience as far as spins so far in the first.
Those high dangerous slot shots. What was talking about there. Toronto hang around in that high slot area.
It's Ryan Lundell possession and a fast pace. That's pretty much all I have notes for you on the first period side. The Islanders have just scored on that part. We'll get into our featured game in a moment. We got the puck drop. So Sam Reinhart going to go ahead and take this draw defensively against John Tavares, and we will see who gets this one. Reinhart, again, as you mentioned, 15 goals on the season. He's been absolutely ridiculous. He's tied for an NHL lead. Montour now able to get this off the defensive zone faceoff win from Reinhart, and it's dumped in as Montour trying to deliver the paint off a check, and Toronto trying to get this out of their own end. Morgan Rielly will shovel it. This will be blocked by a couple of stick checks. Florida able to keep this in off a soft backhand, and Toronto off the good fight from John Tavares able to push this one right to left. Again, they are in the home blues with the mix of the white. Again, original 6 franchise in the Toronto Maple Leafs, and the Florida Panthers are in the road whites with the blue pants and the red trim on the legs. As Morgan Rielly will flip it in. Again, you got Stolars and Wall are your goalies today. Picked up off the backhand now for Reinhart and across the red line. He'll just shovel it ahead and go ahead and take his change. As would be Lundell trying to give chase. Now, remember calling him a rookie a couple of years ago, but now this is his 3rd year in the league. As this is flipped in, it goes off the stick of Stolars. Now Gustav Forsling gets it off the backhand. Here's be a shot for Mark Giordano. Again, now the long tenured member of the Maple Leafs, although it was a long-time Flame, as this one goes up into the air and out of play. 12-12 left to go in the first. Shots on goal are 4-3 in favor of the Leafs. Let me give you that goal scoring update on the other side for the Isles. It's 1-0 over the Devils. Looks like Bo Horvat scored on the power play, his 6th from Noah Dobson and Matthew Barzal. Get another face-off upcoming here. This will be in the neutral zone side. Anton Lundell against Calle Jarnkrok. We'll see if they knock somebody out of the draw or if somebody just jumped early. So Lundell will take a pass. There'll be an opportunity here for Nick Cousins. Cousins can't win it, and Florida loses possession as this goes back now for Benoit on the 3rd line side for Sheldon Keefe's defensive end. This is fired in off the catching glove of Stolars from about 110 feet. He'll hold on, and the Maple Leafs will get an offensive zone drop coming. Shots on goal are now 5-3. We are at the Scotiabank Arena. John here with you under play-by-play man. It's the Maple Leafs and the Panthers. Again, the Panthers won the first game of this season series 3-1. These teams will meet 2 more times after this. This is the 2nd game in the Atlantic Division rivalry side of it. Again, Florida defeated the Maple Leafs 4-1 in the playoffs in the 2nd round last year. Dmitry Kulikov will try to go ahead and push this one ahead. It's good work near the right side wall and a rub out on the other end for Benoit. That will get knocked the puck away from Eetu Luosterainen as this is near the right side wall again. Kulikov delivers a hit on Robertson. This is in behind the cage now. This bounces over the net of Wall. And that was blocked by a stick of the Maple Leafs. And if it was not, it would have been 1-0 Panthers. So the Maple Leafs will have to take an icing. I don't think they're going to mind it there because it just saved a goal. Get a chance to look at it now on the Bally Sports Florida feed. It was Cousins flipping this out in front. It goes off, careening off of the Toronto body. It looked like it was Knies and Benoit. And Connor Timmins able to pick it up. He sent it down the ice. He iced it. I don't think he's going to care, though. 11:33 left to go in the first. Florida wins the offensive zone draw. Fire it right at the net. There was no screen, and Wall makes the glove save and holds on. We'll do it again as the shots are now 5 apiece. On the YouTube question, I asked you on this side of it, assuming both teams make the postseason, who do you like more to have a deep run, Florida or Toronto? You can lend me your votes and we'll discuss in the beginning of the intermission as well. Tkachuk lost this one in between his legs, but it's turned over badly. Bennett sends it across, and another shot gets blocked. So good defense there for TJ Brody. As this is spun back around the inboards, Morgan Rielly will take a look. His long pass doesn't find Knies, and pushing the other way is William Nylander. Will he still be a member of the Toronto Maple Leafs going forward? Again, for that core four, there's always a lot of questions with the amount of salary cap they take, but now it's Brad Treliving's problem, and not Kyle Dubas, as he's a member of the Pittsburgh Penguins. One of the Maple Leafs goes hard on the boards. I believe that was Auston Matthews, lost without a stick. Might have just blown a tire. It's Carter Verhaeghe. See this one get flipped in. He'll take a change. Ryan Lundell, he's been all out there right now. He pries it loose for a moment, and then it goes to Mark Giordano. Slowly flip this across. Giordano's got Lundell in a headlock, and why not? He's been a little bit of an irritant. Golikov now. Try to get this in his own end. This Florida will safely chip this away from the glass, bounced up in the air, and go back into the Florida Panthers defensive zone. The Maple Leafs were offside, so they got to check up. As it'll be Lomberg now, riding across the right wall. It'll be Gregor, lost it, and Timmins picks it back up. He turns it over right in front of the net. Wall makes the backhanded save. Florida just trying to find this puck. Forsling now in behind the cage of Wall, who's holding the butterfly near the right side post. Benoit trying to get this out of the backhand, but he gets pushed back in. Connor Timmins now here for David Kemp. Pass from about 80 feet. This is everybody. It's picked up by Florida now. Good physicality by Toronto, though, in this game so far. Good stick shot. As Toronto was offsides, you got to check back up. Florida will push the other way. This is a good cutoff here by Florida near the left side of the red line. Spin, turn. Reinhart trying to locate it. Toronto desperate to get it out of their own zone. They got to be careful where they're throwing it right now. Bertuzzi trying to shovel it out of the zone. Can't get it out as Montour keeps it in. Now on the left side red line. Florida got puck possession now. They fired at the net. This one goes hopelessly wide near the right side faceoff dot. Off the backhand, keeps it into the right side blue line. Montour. It's stick lifted. John Tavares now. It's how Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi patient. Tries to center it out of the stick of Stolarz. Somebody takes a spill in front of the Maple Leafs, and this goes back into the neutral zone. Maple Leafs will settle this one back down here for Calle Jarnkrok. Gains the entry right in the middle. Past 4 Panthers. Trying to spin now and send this back around the inboards as Stolarz takes a look near the left side post. Robertson will flip it back, but he can't find anybody on the blue line. As Florida flip it in. 8:40 left to go on the first. This pace has been absolutely fantastic between these two teams, but we are scoreless right now. As this is in off the left side wall for chip in. And Anton Lundell back there tries to get a backhand off. Forsling Cousins sends it right down the middle. Toronto with a chance. And this one gets blocked. That was a poor pass from Cousins. Another shot. Stolarz makes a great save. He didn't even have to move, though. He's holding near the right post. I hit him right in the stomach. 8:10 left to go in the first. As it's Eetu Luosterainen. His wrist shot gets held by Wall. 8:10 left to go in the first. We go to commercial break. We're still scoreless, but Anthony Stolarz, he had to bail out Nick Cousins, but he did a good job there. Go to break.
Some people just know that the best rate for you is a rate based on you, not called. You don't want to ride with Paul. Get a rate based on you with Drive Rides and the Allstate app.
It's not like the good old days.
It's not like the good old days.
It's not like the good old days.
So I appreciate you guys following in along. Again, I apologize. I can't show anything on the YouTube side as far as the game because it'd be completely demonetized and never be able to do these streams. But I will be able to give you everything across the play-by-play and do the best for that. I think on the Thursday side, I will have Cooper Hopkins here with me. We will cover Dallas and Calgary on that end. We've had 3 good matchups here so far because Alec Novel was with me yesterday for Tampa Bay and Colorado. Colorado got a big 4-1 win. We got Toronto and Florida today, and then we got Calgary and Dallas on Thursday. Cooper Hopkins will be joining me for that one. So this should be a lot of fun. And on the Saturday assignment, I am on location with the Waterford Sharks again as they take on the Blue Water Stars.
Aleksander Barkov, who celebrated a few milestones yesterday, which is why he is the subject of our Kia player profile. The first milestone, 400 career assists, and the second with a franchise record. Barkov had a 3.9 each assist coming on the power play, which makes it
So milestone possibly today. Aleksander Barkov, 1 goal shy of 250 for his career. He's got 191 power play points, which is Florida franchise record. He had 650 points on that side. His 400th assist. So 250 goals, though, that would be a hell of an accomplishment. This is a face-off win for Florida. Again, Joseph Woll is the starter for the Maple Leafs. Again, I told you that I'd give you his numbers: 6-5-0, 292 goals against, 910 save percentage. He is playing over Elias Samsonov today, 4-1-3, 358, and 878. Tkachuk lets a shot go, and this hits somebody out in front. Mitch Marner dropped his stick, and he was holding on to his left hand, it seems like. He is going right into the dressing room off of a Tkachuk shot. Let's see how it happens. So he's near the left side dot, lets it go. This bounced off the left wrist, I think, maybe in the mouth of Marner. It might have hit him near the left side of his face, actually. He jumped up, dropped his stick, and went right to the dressing room. So Sheldon Keefe looks on in his burgundy-colored suit. We will see if Marner will step back out on the ice, but he popped right back up in there with the dressing room. Immediately, he just flew there. Hopefully get some quick repairs and get back on the ice. Sam Bennett against Willie Nylander. Bennett does win the draw. Florida's been good here on this side of the faceoffs. It's Carter Verhaeghe. We'll try to locate it. This is tipped, and a rebound is not given up by Woll. Good save there, as he had a chance on the doorstep with Sam Bennett, but he holds on. Shots are now 8-7 in favor of the Panthers. Again, off the Tkachuk shot, Marner just went to the dressing room, and he flew immediately under his own power for quick repairs. We will keep an eye on and see if Marner makes his way. It seems like he's going to find his way back on the ice. Another offensive zone draw here for Florida. Montour drives off the backhand. Good couple stick chops now. Toronto might have something off of a 3-on-3 late arriving. This bounces off the stick of Stolarz. And now Calle will settle this one back around. This is picked up for Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe, his pass attempt gets blocked, but Florida able to recollect in their own end now. They're going to work near the right side wall, gain the red line, and fire it in. Joseph Woll. Go ahead and send this one back here from Mark Giordano. He kicks it off the right side glass, and gain the entry does the Toronto Maple Leafs. Again, 7:05 left to go in this first. We're still scoreless between these two teams, but the pace has been honestly a chef's kiss. It's been back and forth right now. It's been fun. Turnover. Evan Rodrigues fires it high near the left side post. He was in the high slot. Rodrigues will be the first to get to it now. We need 4 Maple Leafs to the puck, where the Maple Leafs will find it. Pick this near the right side wall. Ryan Reeves off the drop pass. Haven't seen him play too much right now. Again, he's really in the minus side of it. He needs some points. He needs to be able to provide a little bit of grit and sandpaper, and actually a little bit of goal scoring, and a little bit of defensive work on that side if you're a Maple Leafs fan, as this is flipped down the ice. Morgan Rielly, as the icing gets waved off, will pick this up in his own end. 6:20 left to go in the first round. Here with them the play-by-play. On ESPN Plus side today, Scotiabank Arena. We're in Toronto against the Florida Panthers, as this is flipped in. Near the left side red line now, Forsling trying to find it. Morgan Rielly taking a look. Florida now with their puck possession has been good. Lundell find it, pries it loose. Lusterinen try to get this one across. Nick Cousins waiting around the doorstep, but here is Toronto using this off the glass with a good long flip. Now Oliver Ekman-Larsson has to give chase. They'll win the hybrid icing against Calle Jarnkrok. So I think we'll get a commercial half and half, but we will stay right here. Again, I have the Bally Sports Florida /Sun feed. Hope you guys are doing well today. Nick Cousins, they are profiling him right now. Cats continue in Canada. That's what they have as the list right now. That's where we are with 5:53 left to go in the first. They're just coming off a 5-0 win of the Ottawa Senators at the Canadian Tire Center. They absolutely dominated them. There was a big fight at the end of it, as we said, and everybody was pretty much sent to the penalty box. Paul Maurice had to look and laugh. The players' bench was essentially empty when they showed the screenshot. Montour flips this one in. Gets us off the backhand now from Tkachuk. Montour will ride that blue line side, flip a backhand toward it. Wall, huge save. Another backhanded save as Wall got a couple stops there. And this is sent down here from Montour. We'll pick it up as the icing is waved off. About 5:25 left to go in the first. This pass from 120 feet to the left side. Verhaeghe glides in, spins, turnaround shot. He looked a little cheeky there. Couldn't find anything. Couldn't find the net. John Tavares will flip it. It's knocked away for Bertuzzi. Tavares now. Bertuzzi falls down, tries to make a play, leaves it for Giordano, though. Giordano through the traffic as Tavares was there trying to provide a deflection. Johnny T will get this one now as he'll spin this back around for Gustav Forsling, tries to intercept. Bertuzzi shovels it at the net. This one will go wide as Tavares back out there. Bertuzzi throwing the body now. Certainly looks a little bit healthy from what I'm watching. I see him having a pretty good production on the ice, and that's what the Toronto Maple Leafs wanted to see, especially when Brad Treliving signed him with a year deal. He's got about $5.5 million, and a lot of this stuff is incentives as well, so he's going to get his money. As is Lundberg. Centered it out in front. Big opportunity, goes wide. Off the backboard, scores! Gragovich from Stenlund in Florida's fourth line. It gives them the first goal of the game. The Florida Panthers take a 1-0 lead. A hard-working goal at that. Kevin Stenlund, Gragovich on that side, or Jonah Gadjevich, excuse me, on that end. We will flip this one in. Lundberg finds it, centers it out in front. This gets blocked off the end boards a couple of times, and Stenlund is the one that scores it. It was Gadjevich. He tried to knock it near the left side of the red line past Wall. It was a third rebound, and Stenlund gets his sixth, and Florida is on the board here. 4:30 left to go in the first. This is flipped in for Ekblad. Ekblad now as Toronto gets taken down. Barkov will find it again. Aleksander Barkov is an absolute superstar on both sides of the ice. Reinhart shovel pass. Good stop by Wall. He gets knocked down. Florida keeps it in. See if they'll funnel a shot here quickly. They got all sorts of puck possession. Kulikov near the right side. Kulikov sends it here. Here's a chance for Larson. This one right in the webbing of the catching glove for Wall. So Joseph Wall's been good. He's been knocked down a couple times. But Kevin Stenlund makes it 1-0 Cats.
Some people just know that the best rate for you is a rate based on you, not one based on whatever this person's doing. Get a rate based on you with the Jarnkrok and the Auston app.
Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus.
The anniversary of Panthers hockey, we open up the virtual vault. Brought to us by Back to Shell. We go back to May of this year in overtime. Game 5.
So Jonah Gadjevich gets his first assist in the NHL as he gets the primary on Kevin Stenlund's goal, and Ekblad gets a secondary. That's at 15:28 of the first period, and Florida takes a 1-0 lead. I will leave the scoring updates on that side as we go along. And the YouTube side, just in case you jump in late. Back underneath the action now, 3:55 left. Kevin Stenlund just made it a 1-0 Panthers lead as it was picked up there. Jonah Gadjevich gets his first assist in the NHL as this is near Barkov. We'll pick it near the right side wall. Tries to elude the referee. We're right in front, and Evan Rodrigues gets robbed by Wall. Near the right side dot. Joseph Wall has been sharp. Again, you remember a few minutes ago when I told you that the shots on goal were about 7-6? It was close. Florida had a slight advantage. Now it's 16-6. It's been all Panthers at the end of this first period. They got the goal, and Evan Rodrigues almost made it 2-0, and I could see him mouth the words, wow, after Wall made that save. That'd be an opportunity now for Lundell. Try to take this draw against David Camp, third line against third line. Lundell kicked out of the circle. So David should have the advantage here for Toronto side of it. You can't win it though, Nick Cousins. This is to the traffic where Montour bounced off the referee's foot. And now near the right side red line, Florida doing some excellent work on behind the cage. Nick Cousins, this is a good save by Wall. And a big contact after the whistle. Jake McCabe was none too pleased to knock down one of his teammates. But Florida has been absolutely doing the work behind the net again. And Cooper Hopkins was with me during the Stanley Cup final side or any of the games that I covered solo on that end between the Florida Panthers with the Carolina Hurricanes on that end. You could see that work behind the net. That is what Florida loves to do. They are patient. They try to get chances to get them to move. And they're doing well. 16 shots to 6 now. They have a 1-0 lead. Max Domi. He wins the draw. There's been an opportunity now off the wing for Nick Robertson. The long foot. Calle Jarnkrok will go ahead and try to recollect this one. Good pickup by E2 Listerine with a long stick reach. But this only gains the neutral zone now. It's Toronto. We'll try to find it. Almost gets dispossessed off a stick lift. And now Brandon Montour will send it across for his defensive partner. This is sent back down the ice. 3 minutes left to go in the first. As it's a long pass from 80 feet, Robertson have to recollect and spin. This is bounds. I don't know how this stayed in. This could be an opportunity for Willie Nylander. He tried to get a puck possession off a stick lift, but it just eluded him. Sam Bennett. Nice pass. As it's Tkachuk. Will gain the right side wing. Work his way in the middle. Go for a shot through traffic. This one gets tipped by Forsling, but wide. And behind the cage now. It'll be Morgan Rielly. He's wearing one of the A's. This is pinballed near the right side boards. Doesn't find anybody. Forsling was there first. 2:29 left to go in this first. Looking at Matthew Tkachuk again, when I looked at his numbers going into this season, again, the assists and everything else looked good, but I was a little stunned. I know he started the season a little bit late because of some of the injuries, just like everybody was in the Boston series. They're all hurt. And I think Tkachuk does have 15 assists, 18 points, -2. -2, I think that's going to improve a little bit, but he's only got 3 goals on the season. And I feel like that is going to go up a heck of a lot more as he continues to get healthy. That's just me, but I watched those goal totals. I seem to look a little bit low. As this will be. Cousins can't win it, though. Now Willie Nylander will make a play in his own end for Connor Timmins. Use the right side wall now. Gain the entry. Does the Maple Leafs. Willie Nylander giving chase. Send this off the backhand now. Get some puck possession. Toronto can't hold it in, though. For Morgan Rielly. We'll have to flip it. About 2:05 left to go in this first. 14-6 are the shots on goal officially. Feels like it's a little bit more, though, as this is flipped in. They've iced it. 1:56 left to go in the first. Again, Mitch Marner, if you're just joining us, he left at the 7:52 mark after being hit in the face with a puck. I thought it might have caught part of high part of the leg or the hand or something like that, but it hit him on the side of the face. He turned away from it, but it still hit, I think, the left side of his cheek. And he flew into the locker room immediately under his own power. I mean, he was skating full speed. So I would have to believe he's going to be coming back, but we'll see what kind of repairs that they do. That's just my guess. Kevin Stenlund's got the lone goal. He's taking the draw here against Tyler Bertuzzi. As Aaron Ekblad will flip it down the ice. This will go off a couple of sticks, and Toronto will have to find it in their own end for Benoit. On the third line, so Simon Benoit and Connor Timmins. That's listed as the third line defense. Bertuzzi. Couple stick tracks. This bounces away from Ekman-Larsson. He's got to be careful, though. There's all sorts of blue jerseys around him. And this will be an opportunity for Dmitry Kulikov. Kulikov now will gain the red line and fire it in. Wall will take a look. Aleksander Barkov trying to get around Tavares now. Carter Verhaeghe near the right side. Dot spin it back for Barkov. Barkov centering pass had a lot of sauce on it, but that one was a little bit too far. Evan Rodrigues will keep it in. Verhaeghe will take a look. TJ Brody turns it over. This will be an opportunity between the legs. Barkov gets it back. Reinhart shoots, hits wall in the mask. This is picked up now for Florida. Near the right side wall, over Ekman-Larsson, right side red line. As it's Barkov. We'll put this in the right side blue line for Reinhart. Now Rodrigues. He runs into the contact. Barkov trying to pry it loose. Near the left side, high slot slapper. This one goes way wide, 90 miles an hour from Dmitry Kulikov. Reinhart keeps it in. Kulikov spin. He's riding the right side wall. Needs help though. 3 Maple Leafs jerseys. Goes sauce to sauce. One-timer goes wide and behind the cage. This has been all sorts of puck possession for Florida in this first period. Wholesale line changes, but will they get caught for too many men on the bench? Paul Maurice is upset. I think I've seen him jump in the air with a vertical hop, but Florida is going to be called with too many men on the ice. It looked like when they were changing, could have been 7 or 8 players. And as long as you don't touch the puck, it's okay. But as soon as you touch the puck, as everyone else is changing, and you got too many players on the ice, you get yourselves in trouble. So I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that side. I don't see anything else, but the hit in the right side boards would be 6 away from our screen, maybe even 7. So yes, a penalty should be called against the Florida Panthers, a bench minor for too many men. And this will give the Maple Leafs a chance with 26.6 left to go in the first to have something good for them, because it's been all Florida in this first period. Even though the score line's just 1-0, they have had the puck possession and the pace of play. So Tavares. And against Stenlund. Stenlund will win it clean. But Auston Matthews now trying to find it. He gets knocked down as it was slow, but it did get knocked down near the left side boards, and this is sent in. Joseph Woll. And Stenlund will clear it. Morgan Rielly got time for one more rush, but Toronto will have power play carryover time. Their power play is about 27%. Down to 3 seconds. John Tavares got to shoot it. He's going to run out of time, though. And after 1, it's 1-0. Stolarz takes a big spill. Calle Jarnkrok fell into Stolarz, and Eetu Luosterainen gave Johnny T a punch in the back of the head. We'll see if anything else comes from this, but Anthony Stolarz having a laugh, and he's having some words here with the Maple Leafs. But again, he played pretty good in that first period, and so did the Panthers. We'll see if it continues. Come back, we'll call it the second period. Toronto will be on a power play, down 1-0.
Keefe will tell you all about that. We'll hear from Coach Paul Maurice as well. Panthers have the lead on the road. 1-0 after 20 in Toronto.
Holidays at NHLShop.com, the official online store of the NHL and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NHL fan gear. Shop now and get today's special holiday offer. NHLShop.com, a Fanatics experience.
You're such a good listener, Thomas. Makes me feel so special.
You are special. You don't have to keep it just.
This makes me feel really special too, because Discover's giving me cash back on debit, not just credit.
Actually, Discover gives cash back on debit to
Everybody?
everyone. Why do you keep it just?
What about Debbie John? All those years that I could.
So I'm going to go ahead and type up some notes, but I put this question out there. There's 3 votes. I said, assuming both teams make the postseason, who do you like to have a deep run? Florida, Toronto. All 3 votes right now said the Leafs.
It's not like the good old days.
It's not like the good old days. Stop parroting everything. Instead, drink those vegetables and think for yourselves.
Since when do you dictate what we do?
Exactly. You're not the boss of us.
Power to the people! Well done. Individuality often complicates things. Red Bull gives you wings.
And the pizza pasta now the pizza. Triple treat box, only from Pizza Hut.
Boston It's really weird. You should get them. I know. I don't
Royal Caribbean.
Bring the drink out to your countertop with the Ninja Thirsty Drink System. Sip or sparkle. Choose your size and Ninja Thirsty will spit the perfect drink every time. With 4 drink levels and in this combination, there's a drink for everyone. Make fresh sparkling water with a hint of fruit flavor. Thirst quenching drinks with electrolytes. Drinks with prebiotics or liberating energy drinks. Make thousands of drinks with the Ninja Thirsty Drink System.
We welcome you to the first intermission report, brought to you by your local Kia dealers. They have been beginning good production from their fourth line. Style of play, and here they cash in Gadget and Swampert and from Ekblad and Kevin Stenlin. And we give the Panthers the lead now. It's game 3 even through the first 9-10 minutes or so, but the second part of that first period.
So in the second game of a back-to-back in Toronto, again, it's just 1-0 in the contest after one for Florida over Toronto, but it's 6 straight goals for the Panthers because they beat the Ottawa Senators 5-0 last night. So Kevin Stenlin scores at 15:28 from a hard-working shift from the fourth line. Ryan Lundberg forces a steal. Gadjevich tries to get the rebound, and Kevin Stenlin gets a chance off the boards and scores past wall. 1-0 Florida after one. This was a good period for the Panthers in the final 5 minutes, getting shots and working behind the net. 15-6 of the shots on goal in favor of the Cats. 14-7 for hits as well. Face-offs 9-8 for the Leafs. Giveaways 8-1. Toronto leads that. You don't want to lead that. Maple Leafs start second period on a power play as the Panthers get a too many men bench from Marner. And that's where we are as far as the reset into this game. Give you a scores around the league and let you know what's upcoming. Early games will be getting underway here. Again, 8 o'clock Eastern starts. We got some good ones. Penguins and Predators. Predators are continuing the long winning streak that they have right now. Let me make sure that I go ahead and take a look at that. I'll flip in across in the Western Conference side. The Predators have won 5 in a row. They are 10-10 on the season. It would have been nice for them if they could mix in a couple more OT losses, but 10 wins regulation, 10 losses against the 10-10 Penguins. 8 o'clock Eastern, same thing, 8 o'clock Eastern is Blues and Wild. Wild are really struggling. They just fired Dean Edvison. Now, when I profiled that yesterday, it's Blues and Wild. You expect the Blues to win that one, the way that's been going. Stars and Jets, that's also at 8 o'clock. That's a really good one. I was thinking about covering that, but I didn't cover this. But we're going to be covering the Stars on Thursday when Cooper Hopkins joins me for the Flames game. Kraken and the Blackhawks at 8:30. Golden Knights, Oilers at 9. The other late game is the Lightning, Coyotes, and the Ducks and Canucks. That's at 10. But the 9 o'clock game I might watch. I get a chance to catch a little bit of that because this one started at 7. But here's the ones in progress. Again, 1-0 in our game. It's 1-1 after 1 between the Islanders and the Devils. So is Bo Horvat on the power play, 6 from Dobson and Barzell. Michael McLeod with his 4th from Curtis Lazar. Vitek Vanacek stopped 9 out of 10. And 6 out of 7 for Ilya Sorokin. Hurricanes have a 1-0 lead over the Flyers. That's almost halfway through the first. Michael Bunting gets his 5th from Sebastian Aho and Dmitry Orlov. Carter Hart stops 5 out of 6. And Peter Kochekov has only had to make 1 save through about 8 minutes of action. So he's only been tested 1 more time than I have tonight. Go across your NBA scoreboard if anything else is getting underway, and then I'll probably shut up a little bit to conserve my voice for the solo call.
On everyone's mind. The one that spends the whole year making toys.
So in the first, these are all in progress. In the first, nothing is at the end of it. Celtics lead the Bulls 19-13. Raptors Nets 7-6. That's 6:06 in the first, and it's 7-6. Wow, nobody's scoring anything on that one. The Hawks and the Cavs. Cavs have a 2-point lead 17-15. Bucks 19-14 over the Heat. Alec Naba has that call. Hornets and Knicks 17-6. Knicks have the lead. These are all in-season tournament games. If you are paying attention to the in-season tournament, I'd like to think of it as the flashy colored courts, but I still count it toward the 82. That's what's most important. So before I take a break in this intermission side, I will let you know this. For those that listen along late, especially on the Twitter space, you'll be able to get this, and I won't have this set until I work with Cooper Hopkins on the Thursday side. But I won the football pool for the week side. We have 75. I went 12-4, but our tiebreaker, the way the tiebreaker's done, is the Lions game because it's local here. Total points between the Packers and the Lions. I had 51. It was 51. And 12 wins was enough with the tiebreaker for me to be able to win the week and get first place. So you get a second half reset. I've been hot in the whole second half. So I'm in first place in the second half, and I won today. So that leaves me 1 point ahead, but I have 74 other people chasing me on that simple football pool. For Wednesday, I will get the notes typed up for the Blue Water Stars and the Sharks as far as the roster construction. And on the third, and at the end of that, we will have NHL 24 semifinals and the club seasons. I don't know if we're going to get past the semifinals, but that's where we are right now. I don't think it's going to go much farther than that. We'll figure out next month between Nick and I probably try to go a little bit farther. It's going to be hard for all four of us to get games. Thursday side of the Cooper Hopkins and myself between the Calgary Flames and the Dallas Stars, and then Saturday I'll have the assignment at the Go Live Sportscast for the Stars and the Sharks. So that's my schedule for the week. I will be back at the start of the second period.
To end the first period. And after last season, former Florida Panther Patrick Hornquist announced his retirement. It is no secret that Hornquist had an illustrious career in the National Hockey League. He went from being the last pick in the 2005 draft to winning back-to-back Stanley Cups with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Hornquist helped lead the Panthers to the playoffs in 3 seasons with the team, and because of how he has impacted the Panthers organization both on and off the ice, he will be celebrated next week when the Panthers host the Penguins on December 8th. Here is what Panthers head coach Maurice had to say about what Hornquist has meant to the Panthers organization and how he helped some of the injured players like Ekblad and Brendan Montour while they were injured in their road to recovery.
This guy is so unique. He is hard-driven, wired, passionate about the game. You know, we needed somebody to work Ekblad and Montour out, because only he gets on the ice, puts all his equipment on, he works him into the ground, right? And then he's got a relationship with those guys, so they don't want to let him down, but they can barely keep up to him. So anyway, we needed that. He said, sure. He was in Sweden. The guy on the plane flew over and was on the ice the next day. He's just a gamer. So those guys, because they actually gave more to the game than the game gave them. They won't say that, but I think that's true. They became the personalities of the game that you guys get to write about, get to enjoy their special guys. So we should take time and acknowledge what they've done for the game.
And Hornquist has joined the front office staff as a scouting and development consultant, so he is very much still involved in this Florida Panthers organization. Randy and Goldie, we will send it upstairs to you both.
Katie, thanks so much. I think a great thing the Panthers are doing with Patrick Hornquist, Randy, because that was the first move Bill Zito made. That Patrick Hornquist had to remember waive his no-trade clause to leave Pittsburgh to come to the Panthers. And he was such a big factor in developing the culture they have now.
And that's it. And that's what he's done, and that's what he continues to do. And I think his role is even more important now that he is even retired. Because for the next number of years, these young players coming in, all they got to do is follow and watch Patrick Hornquist and how he performs on the ice, even in practice.
Yeah, and not many stand in front of the net. No. Ever have and do now, like Patrick Hornquist did, big part of the Florida Panthers. That'll be a great night for the Cats and for Hornquist. Let's get to that first period, Randy. About halfway through, the Panthers are playing well, but they took off and really dominated the second portion of that first.
All four lines have got the jump, and right out the get-go, and that's what's important when you're playing against the Toronto Maple Leafs. And the Panthers get that lone goal, they double up the Toronto Maple Leafs in shots, and the Panthers had 4 or 5 great scoring opportunities. They could have a 3 or 4 goal lead.
Yeah, the Leafs are the ones number one in those high-quality scoring chances. The Panthers had them. Let's get to our highlights brought to us by your local key dealers. Nylander against the play starter.
Yeah, look at the effort there. Just pushes Nylander off the puck. There's a shot from Ekblad. The follow-up. Tkachuk tried to jam it in. And the third try. There's Sheldon. That's his 6th of the season. That ties a career high. And quick for that line. The energy line. Contributing in the offensive zone. The Panthers are swarming all period long, and all 4 lines are able to roll those lines. Only took 1 penalty. We take a look at the stats after 20 minutes of play, and the shot attempts, 33 shot attempts, and the Panthers continue. They will be up
Is
toward
that 99?
That's 99.
Okay, I got to check on that.
And they're finishing their checks as well. Panthers are not turning over the puck. I thought that coming out of their own zone, they've been very clean in the breakups.
And look at the giveaways. And we're seeing this for a lot of opponents. And it's not all the opponents. It's what the Panthers do on the forecheck that forces these teams to a lot of giveaways.
Yeah, and then Toronto is not known for a team that handles pressure in their own zone very good. And the Panthers, like I said, just buzzing around like bees. Getting that puck in deep. Now, get to that puck as quick as you can. Finish the check. Here comes the second layer of that forward check, and all of a sudden, the puck jumps free, and the Panthers will have possession. Again, there's that 4th line for the Panthers. Help out by the defense, pitch it in, kick it back into the corner, and the Leafs having trouble coming out of their own end most of that first 20 minutes of play. And it takes effort, it takes commitment, but it also takes the partnership and working together as a line and reading off each other. The Panthers got so much confidence. They had 3 players below the goal line there, and they were able to dig that puck out. That has to continue in the second period, but you know there's going to be pushback by the Leafs.
And the Panthers defense been doing such a great job. And they continue to do so in that first period against Toronto. The second period is coming up. After this, on the Sportsnet.
I'm so glad you're my personal shopper.
On your body part.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Day and night.
I actually only work the day shift.
Well, then who am I talking to at 3 a.m.?
I think you're confusing me with your Discover card again?
I
Yeah, it's a 24/7 customer service. They also protect you from fraud and unauthorized purchases.
am. Oh, really?
24/7 customer service.
What do you protect me from?
Mostly yourself?
And $0 fraud liability.
Oh,
It's not like the good old days.
it's not like the good old days.
It's not like the
It's not like the good old days.
Stop parroting everything. Instead, drink those vegetables and think for yourselves.
Since when do you dictate what we do?
Exactly. You're not the boss of us. Power to the people.
Oh, well, individuality often complicates things. Red Bull gives you wings.
I gotta do is take a knee. Then they can hand it off.
Fumble to the house. What a doozy.
Up by 5, 14 seconds left. You take a knee.
Take a knee. Win the game.
You always take a knee. That's it. There's no. What? Yeah. You guys see the end of that game?
We did.
I nailed the over. Should have taken a knee, huh?
Well, as long as everybody had fun, right? Okay.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra. Available with the connected driving experience. And the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or just announced just in time for Black Friday. Get $6,000 purchase allowance on select 2023 Sierra models when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP.
The long-lasting scent of Game Flames made it smell like Dave was in his happy place, the massage chair at the mall. But he wasn't. Game Flames with Oxy Boost and Febreze.
Panthers Hockey on Bally Sports is presented by DW of South Florida. Visit DWFlorida.com. And by Toyota. Visit local Toyota dealers today. Toyota. Let's go places. Here at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, the Panthers lead the Maple Leafs on a score of 1-0. And we'll start the second period. The Leafs on the power play. Mitch Marner is back. He's got the full cage.
So Mitch Marner is back. Again, I was wondering if he was going to come back, and I mentioned that he would probably a few times. He got hit in the face with a Tkachuk shot, the 7:34 marker. He flew into the room, immediately got his repairs. Now he's got the full college cage mask on. So he's back, and Toronto is on the power play, although they're down 1-0 from a Kevin Stenlund goal. And we'll see what they can do here. On the first power play of the game, it was a 2-man bench minor. So left to right, go to the Toronto Maple Leafs here is Morgan Rielly. Left to get started. About 19:35 left to go in the second. Picked up here off the backhand is Marner will try to drive it. Rielly now here for Nylander. The traffic tipped again. And this one goes wide as it's sent across for Auston Matthews. Trying to keep this one in. Willie Nylander with an outstretched stick. Can't do it. And now this is back in the defensive end. So it'll be Nylander. Nice shovel pass right into the middle of the right-hand dot. We'll pick it back up now as Auston Matthews. Now for Mitch Marner. Marner, patient on the right side down. Matthews behind the net. Turn around and shoot. Good save by Stolarz. Second effort falling down. And Stolarz denies that too. So Anthony Stolarz is in to make a couple of really tough saves in this game so far. He's looked solid. As Maple Leafs now have 10 shots on goal, but the Panthers got 15 and a 1-0 lead. Connor Timmins will make a back pass. 20 seconds left to go in the first power play of the game. Toronto's on it. McCabe lost it. Now Jarnkrok will give it a whirl. And behind the cage is near the left side of the blue line. They kept it now for McCabe. McCabe patient. Full sauce near the right side. Dot shot into the traffic, and Stolarz makes a save. This one goes up and on a plate with 18:30 left to go in the middle stanza. John there with you. Watching on the Bally Sports Florida /Sun feed, it's the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Florida Panthers. It's a second round rematch from last year. It's the second game of the season series. Florida won the first one 3-1. Toronto trying to even this up in the Atlantic, where these teams will meet two more times. But this was a good matchup, and this was an early contest, and I wanted to get one because I got a few other things to do for Wednesday and Thursday. So picked up now for Bennett, can't find it. Now McCabe, as this is one, and now turned over, sent the other way for Tkachuk, and dumped down the ice. So Florida kills the man advantage for Toronto. Forces a steal immediately, does Bennett. Put it in behind the right side red line, turned over again. Tkachuk, the first one on it. Pinballs it off the wall, fired at the net. This one will get blocked. They had traffic all in front of Joseph Wall. And now tripping call against the Maple Leafs. They were trying to get a little bit extra there on Tkachuk. And now Connor Timmins comes together, some pushing and shoving. Knocks down Sam Bennett, hits him pretty hard. Bennett a little bit upset. He's being held by the referee. He doesn't really want to retaliate here, though, because Florida should be going to the man advantage. Sam Bennett took an extra shot. I think that might have been from Max Domi from what they're showing. I didn't get numbers on it. I'm just going from what I heard on the announcing side. So a couple of cross checks there for Domi on Tkachuk. No doubt that's going to get called. So cross checks Tkachuk twice, and Bennett says, hey, what are you doing with my teammate? Gives him an extra shove. And Domi starts throwing some punches too. So he's getting a little nasty on that side as Max Domi. So I'd have no problem with him going to the box at this point. cross-checking and roughing, double minor. Max Domi. Quite frankly, that is beyond stupid at this point, because not only do you get a penalty already for cross-checking on that side, then you already get a punch to the face on that end for Bennett. So double minor, and if Florida scores again, that's tough for Toronto, because I don't think that was very smart. I understand some Toronto fans might say, hey, you want to see some grit, and you're going to see that there, but you don't want to put yourself behind the 8 ball or young Joseph Woll either. 18:04 left to go in the second. Bennett's not going to be the one kicked out of the draw. He's still waiting. Who's going to be his opposition? Mitch Marner in the full cage. It's Montour. Now on the side for Bennett. This will be Reinhart. Reinhart now gets his pass blocked. It's loose for Woll. Tkachuk trying to pound away at this thing, and it's fallen down on my Woll. 3:49 left to go in the double minor for the Florida power play. Max Domi serving for roughing and cross-checking. So if the Panthers score here before 1:49, they'll get another full 2 minutes to work with. You can essentially get 2 power play goals here. 22nd in the NHL is Florida's power play. Again, they should be better than this, but at the same time, you think about losing Ekblad and Montour for most of the season and Tkachuk being hurt for as much as he's been. You can understand why the numbers are a bit low. Maple Leafs penalty kill at 77.8%, which is 19th out of 32. Now near the right side red line, goes back to Deason in the high slot. Bennett, patient. Near the right side dot, Sam has it. We'll send across for Montour. Near the right side dot, Tkachuk. Flip it here for Montour. Montour patient into the traffic. This one goes high off the wrist shot. And now Brody loses it as Reinhart pries it loose. Florida trying to fight it, and Toronto will flip it back down. Again, 3 minutes left to go in the double minor. This will be Barkov. Will collect this in his own net and settle it back around. Lundell will give chase into the left side red line now. Evan Rodrigues will provide a pin. This is Carter Verhaeghe. He'll center a backhand pass. This is turned over. Near the left side dot, Evan Rodrigues settle it down. Puts it in the high slot. Gets blocked. Gets it back. Evan Rodrigues will rip it back around the end boards now. As Florida with Ekblad put it in behind the cage. Working patiently. Evan Rodrigues now over Ekman-Larsson in the high slot. He makes an extra pass. Ekblad lets it go. Fires it way high. This stays in near the left side dot. Evan Rodrigues. This bounces off a kick plate up off the glass now. Carter Verhaeghe off the half spin. Evan Rodrigues. High slot now for Ekblad. Over Ekman-Larsson. Ekblad switches, shoots. Big save by Woll. 2:06 left to go on the double minor against Max Domi. 16:10 left to go in the second. John, here with you. We're at Scotiabank Arena. It is the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Florida Panthers, and it is a 1-0 lead courtesy of Kevin Stenlund. Hope you guys are having a good one right now. I will be back on the Thursday side once this game's over for the Flames and the Stars. I'll be joined by Cooper Hopkins on that end most likely. So it goes into a player's bench, and we get a stoppage of 16:06. Florida's power play in the double minor still at 2:02. So if they score now at this point, it's going to essentially end the double minor. Again, 2 penalties across. If they would have scored before the 2 minutes, they could have another carryover time. So we'll see who takes the defensive zone draw here for the Maple Leafs. It's Auston Matthews. He can't locate it, and Sam Bennett will fire it high near the left side post. 0-for-1 now on the power play, but they get another chance. Sam Bennett has it near the left side dot. He's going to send a back pass, try to hold the wall, and they do. They hold the blue line with Brandon Montour. Montour now on the second effort can't locate it, and it's sent back down the ice for Anthony Stolarz. Again, on the Canadian side of the trip right now, Florida is up 6-0. They won 5-0 against the Senators. They're up 1-0 right now against the Maple Leafs, and this is off the back-to-back. Fired in. And near the right side red line, this will be Barkov trying to find a piece of it. Sam Bennett load it back up. Montour, patient. Bennett. He fires and holds way high, but that had a lot of power on it. This is Montour, and this is cannonball down the ice. Stolarz will go way outside near the right side red line and play it off the drop. Bennett settle it down as Florida's power play down to 55 seconds. It's a back-to-back power plays. Verhaeghe now dances over the line, puts us in across the right side face-off dot. This is Jarnkrok trying to get away from him. And now Matthew Tkachuk, he'll fire it. This goes off the left blocker of Wall. Tkachuk cross-ice pass. Big rebound. Tkachuk diving, try to keep it in. And Montour will locate it into the neutral zone side. Tkachuk's offside. He gets a couple extra cross-checks. Now he's being grabbed by the neck. My goodness, what's going on with Toronto? A little bit of fake toughness here on this side from Jake McCabe. And again, I hate to say it that way, but that's what some of the Toronto fans would characterize their team as being soft. They're trying to push Florida, but I don't think Florida is the type of team that likes being pushed, because when they get pushed, they respond and make things a little bit worse. So they love to play this type of game. You don't want to play into their hands if you're a Maple Leafs fan. Oliver Ekman-Larsson will get this off the neutral zone face-off win. 25 seconds left to go on the power play. Verhaeghe speeding and way through the backhand. Couldn't get around 4 Maple Leafs. And now the other way for Willie Nylander. Off the backhand, driving the net. It's a soft chance. Stolarz it was almost across the red line. He couldn't find it. With the Florida Panthers just brushing away, a little curling. Carter Verhaeghe near the left side wall. One-timer. This one gets blocked. That was innocent as could be, and that almost was a goal for the Maple Leafs. Here's a pickup now for the deflection, and Stolarz finds it in between his legs. That first replay, as Matthews was on the doorstep and made the save, but that first replay did not show really where the puck was. The camera couldn't find it. We're getting a look now as we go into break. It was funneled at the net. Stolarz had it in between. It did not cross the red line. The Panthers able to get it out as we go to break. My goodness.
We think even cat ladies deserve rewards. Left-handed people with birthdays, recent grads who can't move on with their lives. All of them. And these people we found on the internet can be automatically enrolled in the Progressive Loyalty Program and get special rewards. Even people who just got back from Europe. Actually pronounced croissant. I was just hearing.
Bring your drink out to your countertop with the Ninja Thirsty Drink System. Take your drink. Still will sparkle. Choose your size and Ninja Thirsty will dispense the perfect drink every time. 4 drink lots and 3 discount combinations. Get a drink for everyone with crisp sparkling water with a hint fruit flavor. Thirst quenching drinks with electrolytes. Drinks with B-Vitamin or invigorating energy drinks. Make thousands of drinks with the Ninja Thirsty Drink System. So, Mrs. Ronald, what did your son do?
He said he sells clowns.
Have you ever seen these clowns?
No, he said they're invisible.
Parents don't get B2B marketing. LinkedIn does. LinkedIn is the place to be.
Still 1-0 Panthers. The Leafs came close.
Well, I think Stolar's going to have a conversation with Rodrigues. Hey, stay out of my kitchen. There's the shot from Nylander, and it's laying right there, and there's Rodrigues trying to poke the puck. He's trying to help Stolarz and tucking underneath his pad. But what he did, he just pushed it in between the pad.
So I guess when we got the second look at it, Evan Rodrigues was the one that tried to get it away from Stolarz. He almost put it in between the wickets, and he would have gave a tie for the Toronto Maple Leafs, who are still down a goal, but still 1-0 Panthers. It was as close of a call as you could get. It was sitting on the red line, and the backhand defense was able to push that one out to keep it at 1-0 scoreline. So the shots on goal are 20-11 in favor of the Panthers as it gets iced against the Leafs. And the double minor that Max Domi had to serve was being killed off. Mitch Marner made his return. He is in the full cage mask. Again, the scoring update that I have on the YouTube side is still the scoring update that we have right now. Florida's up 1-0 with Kevin Stemlin having the only goal from Jonah Gadjevich and Aaron Ekblad. So they're showing point streaks to open a season. Again, Willie Nylander, he's on the part of it right now, and he's been really good. He's also one of the core 4 that's due a big-time contract, and I think he's going to get it on that side. If you can hold on to it, somebody's going to be loving to have his service on that end because he's a supremely good top 6 player. As this is a couple rebounds there. Wall able to brush them aside. 13-15 left to go in the second. Not a lot of goals in this one, though, but it's been fun. 1-0. Panthers have the lead. And now, this is picked up. Brody able to get this one. Jake McCabe, nice little move. John Tavares trying to get around 3 Panthers and almost gets knocked away from the puck. Mikkola trying to pry it loose. Tavares. Now Bertuzzi holds the blue line, fires it at the net, goes way high off the glass and behind the cage of Stolars. And now Mikkola, the former New York Ranger, will send this one down. As this will be a long pass. Nylander cross ice near the right side. Dot Stolars. He's near the right side. Turn around! Oh, I think that almost went behind Stolars. Maybe he got a piece of it. I'm not sure. He wasn't even near the net. Now Nylander has it. He'll spin in the high slot. Nylander fires top of the crossbar. Holy cow, what is happening right now? Lundberg off the rush. His sauce passed down the middle. And Brody was there providing some back-end support. Lundberg delivers the hit. This goes between the legs. Nylander gets taken down. And are we getting a tripping call against the Panthers? Willie Nylander, I think, was the one who drew it. Toronto going to be going to the power play. Couple chances off the post. Couple chances that were in across the red line that didn't go through. This has been a crazy game right now. Aaron Ekblad, he's going to the box for tripping. So I want to see how close this comes. Turn, spin, and Nylander hits the right side of the post. That was wide open. Somebody like him, you'd think he'd finish it. Another chance for Nylander. He hit the bar twice. Willie Nylander hit the bar twice. And Stolars got really lucky there. He's already had a chance in the second period that could have crossed the red line. 3 chances for the Maple Leafs to score. Nylander again, cross pass. Good stick save by Stolars on Auston Matthews. This is kept in. Marner now in the full mask. Try to leave it in for Matthews. Good pry for Tavares. Matthews being worked over heavily by Forsling. They're just putting all the body weight on him. Now Johnny T will try to get this one, the captaincy. It's taken away from him. Sauce pass across. Willie Nylander drives the net, gets it taken away. Barkov will find it and flip it down the ice. Not often do you see Nylander miss on a chance where Stolars was nowhere to be found. Hit the right post. The turnaround shot at the top of the post. As this is Toronto on a power play. Let's see if they can tie this game. They've certainly come close. The second period has been good for them. Auston Matthews, number 34, has it now off the half spin. Get in the high slot. Marner, turnaround shot. Good block by Mikkola. And this one goes in between the legs of Willie Nylander. He looks to Ryan, desperate to get it out. Marner, drag, shoot. This one goes wide. Sticks are everywhere right now, but Bertuzzi is taken out of the play. Nico Mikkola trying to slam this around the inboards. Florida gets it out. Toronto is getting very, very close to tying this game. As we're almost halfway through this second period, it's still 1-0 Florida Panthers. The pace in this game has been outstanding. This is a back pass. Now Domi, Jarnkrok, Max Domi. He's back after serving a double minor. Sent back around for Matthew Knies. Knies will hold near the right side post. Knies trying to get around Kulikov as this is picked up by the Leafs. Connor Timmins, couple extra touch passes for Jarnkrok, but a bit too far. 10 seconds left to go in Toronto's power play. Just kept in by Timmins. Now on the left side, Domi sends a cross pass, doesn't find anybody. Bounced up in the air. Florida able to get this in and pinball it across the neutral zone. And we're halfway through the second period. Still 1-0 on a Kevin Stenlund goal. Panthers got the lead. As this is near the right side boards. David Kemp speeds in. Good save by Stolars. He's had some help on the post, but he's been very good in this game. Spin, turnaround, McCabe, and Stolars will find it, bounce off his pads, and hold on. It's been very close for the Maple Leafs here. Their second period's been a good answer, but it's still 1-0 Cats.
Rules a bit much. What about wine fish? Are goalies a little different? Will McDavid be McDavid things? Is this kid the next kid?
Is the game getting faster, louder, wilder, funner? Is it somehow getting better? Yeah, you can say that.
Who's such a good listener, Thomas? It makes me feel so special.
You are special. You don't mind if you could just.
This makes me feel very special too, because Discover's giving me cash back on debit, not just credit.
Actually, Discover gives cash back on every. Like if you could just.
What about Debbie John? All those years that I couldn't find my bike at the Tender Garage, but she gets it.
She has Discover cash back debit. Yeah.
Introducing Discover Cashback Debit, a checking account cashback forever. And
Thank you, kind words.
The long-lasting scent of Game Flames made it smell like Dave was in his happy place, the massage chair at the mall. But he wasn't. Game Flames, the toxic boosting for Greece.
To Scotiabank Arena, the Florida Panthers lead in the Toronto Maple Leafs 1-0 here in this second period. Playing the special team style is always a recipe for success, and that's been an area of focus for the Florida Panthers, and much improved as of late. In regards to the power play prior to last night against the Senators, the Panthers are 1 for 17 in their last 5 games.
Last night at Ottawa, the special teams for Florida has been good. 3 for 7 on the power play, 6 for 6 on the kill, 2 for 2 on the kill today. But Anthony Stolarz can thank the post a couple times as Willie Nylander hit the bottom right and the top of the bar. Still a 1-0 lead for the Florida Panthers, but Toronto has really been pushing of late, and we will see if they can continue to do so. Offensive zone draw win here for the Leafs, but now Florida Panthers will have us dropping into the left side of the boards. Racing is Brandon Montour. Gets dispossessed of the puck a couple times now. Aleksander Barkov trying to find this away from John Tavares and Jake McCabe. Barkov now near the right side of the boards. We'll flip this one in. Good active pursuit for Sam Reinhart to pick it up off the backhand near the right side of the faceoff. That Barkov looking for a deflection. And now we'll spin opportunities flipped in by Lundell. Spun back around. There's a couple extra hits. Good work there by the Maple Leafs to get it out of the zone quickly. Now John Tavares off a 2-on-2, looking for a sauce pass for Tyler Bertuzzi, but he gets canceled off the puck. Barkov quickly push it the other way now. And he's a two-way demon right now. Work his way to the right side down for Verhaeghe. This one gets blocked. Evan Rodrigues, he gets dispossessed of the puck as Max Domi takes a double hit. Maple Leafs try to get it the other way. We got a big fight. Bennett now, a couple of uppercuts, and somebody's absolutely getting dominated on the other end. Max Domi is getting destroyed by Bennett. Holy cow, what a fight we've had here. That was absolutely ridiculous. Sam Bennett was destroying Max Domi, and he is going to be feeling himself tomorrow. He's going to need a couple of extra ice packs. This is the third penalty of the game for Max Domi, but Sam Bennett said, you can have all of these fists and a couple extra knuckle sandwiches as well, because that was a one-sided scrap. The camera didn't cut fast enough. I think they missed about 6 uppercuts. Honestly, that Sam Bennett was just destroying Max Domi with. I mean, that was as one-sided as a fight as you're ever going to see. So this was a punch to the face earlier from Max Domi to Sam Bennett. Bennett finished off a hit. Max Domi didn't like it. He immediately went after Bennett, tried to get a couple body shots, and Bennett had him held down, and he was just absolutely unloading on Max Domi. So Domi, he was getting away with a couple of cheap shots. Sam Bennett said, you're going to have to pay the piper. And, man, that was a hell of a fight. I'll tell you that. As it's Morgan Rielly. And across the red line now. This is flipped in. Stolarz will take a look. I got to imagine the crowd, even the Toronto side's got to be buzzing for as one-sided of a fight as that was for Bennett and the road squad. That is a thing of beauty on that end. Sam Bennett, that is about as tough as you can get. I mean, Max Domi is no slouch, and he got punished. Punished beyond belief on that end. 8:33 left to go in the second. Anton Lundell will go ahead and take this draw. Lundell, he's still waiting. They went ahead and changed the lineup on that side of it. Willie Nylander will take it. Nylander can't win it. And this will be an opportunity now for Reinhart. Held in by the Leafs. Sent back around the inboards now. Again, this game has been extremely physical. And I'm not sure that favors the Maple Leafs on this. This is exactly how the Panthers want to play. You know, great incentive for it's everything that they've shown you, along with the goal scoring ability to be clutch that they were in the playoffs when they beat the Maple Leafs in 5. This is a reverse hit. Good hit on both sides. Wall stops it with the stick. Florida keeps it in. Slap shot goes wide along the inboards near the right side dot. Settled down front. Let it out a couple times. Can't find the rebound. It was Cousins as Matthew Knies tries to pick it up. And behind the cage now, Florida starting to make some inroads. 7:50 left to go in the second. This game has been awesome so far, as this is a long outstretched pass for Ekman-Larsson. It found Forsling. He's going to have to turn around. Gadjevich. He's got his first assist in the NHL. Got the primary from a Kevin Stenlund goal. Gadjevich now out there, as this is sauced and picked up by Aaron Ekblad. He'll use the window. Backing around the left side blue line. Flipped in for Wall. Wall now patient. Turns it over. And behind his cage. And now Lundberg trying to be the first to get to it. He had all sorts of puck possession in the first period with all these spins. Gadjevich, he gets taken down. No call. This is a rush off the one-on-one. It's David Camp and scores! He scores! And it's a tie game now for the Toronto Maple Leafs. That might actually be Noah Gregor. It was Camp that pried it loose. And on that line, Noah Gregor is going to get the first goal for the Leafs. And we're tied. Gregor off to the races near the right side dot, left side on the face-off dot there as he skates in off the one-on-one. It was the Stenlund line that was out there. Couldn't be played near the right window. He's gone. Near the left side dot, scores. Noah Gregor ties the game. Kevin Stenlund and Noah Gregor, did you have them on your bingo card? Fourth liners have the first goal of the games for both teams. Holy cow. Mitch Marner returns to the ice. They talk about Noah Gregor scores the first goal for the Leafs. It's Bertuzzi falling down. Again, Toronto was so close. They had a couple posts there for Willie Nylander, but Noah Gregor gets the goal. You kind of feel like they should be tied. Backhanded opportunity gets blocked. Tavares can't get it out. Niko Mikula holds the line in the high slot. Now the right side does. Shot gets blocked. Bounce up in behind the cage of Joseph Wall. Reinhart cross pass. That's a good stick lift to knock it away from Evan Rodrigues. Now spin. Marner falls down, makes the play as this is picked up now near the right side dot. Flipped in. Anthony Stolarz has to have his heartbeat beating a couple extra on that side. Aleksander Barkov settle it down. What a game we have right now. It's 1-1 between these two teams. Joseph Wall will settle it down behind his own net. Will be in the stand-up near the left side post. Knocked down. Connor Timmins. Long outstretched pass. And Florida takes another penalty. 6 minutes left to go in the second. Toronto's already been buzzing. And Willie Nylander gets hit down hard. And the Cats go to the box in the sin bin. 2 minutes for tripping against Willie Nylander. So we'll see who it is right here. And that was a trip right in front of the Zebras. And that is going to be called every time. So Bennett's already in the box for the fighting side for Domi alongside of now Kevin Stenlund, who scored the lone goal for the Cats. He's in the box. Doesn't seem like they're saying on the Florida side it was much of a trip, and you don't know if it's a homer call or an actual call, but it looked like it was right there. Maybe Nylander sold it a little bit, but still, he can't do it in front of the referee. As this is near the left side blue line. Willie Nylander now. He had a couple posts in this period. Is he going to get pay dirt? Near the right side dot pass. Almost goes over the stick of Tavares. He still has to spin it a couple times and find it for number 34. Now Morgan Rielly. John Tavares. Auston Matthews wanted a big-time bomb, but it flipped off his stick. Nylander now. Spin. Turn. He gets taken down again. Into Luosterainen. We'll get this. Luosterainen. Ekblad. Luosterainen look for a wrist shot that goes up the stick shaft of Joseph Wall. Goes up and out of play. 5:19 left to go in the second. It's a fast-moving game right now. Hope you guys are enjoying it. It's a 1-1 game in between the Leafs and the Florida Panthers. Willie Nylander. Again, he just drew the penalty on that side, but Noah Gregor has got the goal. Again, the bingo cards for the fourth liners. That's been the big ones. I've gotten it done right now. 519 in the middle frame. We'll see where this face-off's going to go. Sam Reinhart's got a little bit of that shiner right now. It's Jarnkrok against Barkov. Barkov wins it clean, fires it near the left side of the post. This is worked in behind the cage. Barkov trying to locate it. And now Toronto will settle it down in their own end. They're on the power play. About 1:05 left to go on it. And once we get to that minute, there'll be exactly 5 minutes left to go in the middle frame. Tied at 1. 26-15 as the shots on goal in favor of the Cats. Near the right side face-off dot, spinning, turning, is Marner. Now Willie Nylander picks it back up. Tries to get around Barkov. Centering pass, Matthew Knies gets denied by Stolars. That's a great save. Jake McCabe will flip it back down. Here's an opportunity off the spin. As this is fired right at the net, gets blocked. Florida trying to get this one out for Dmitry Kulikov. He does. This is a spinning puck. Connor Timmins will go ahead and settle it back down. Timmins with a 100-foot pass. This could be a break opportunity, but this will just work in behind the cage of Anthony Stolars. Matthew Knies back out there with Calle Jarnkrok, and he gets dispossessed, and it gets flipped back down. So once this power play is done, it'll be done by the time Toronto gets in the zone. It'll be 4 minutes left to go in the second. We're tied at 1. Noah Gregor, Kevin Stenlund. Off the backhand, David Kampf. His shot gets blocked. It's behind the cage of Stolars. As you turn to full strength. Turned over. And this is kept in by Ryan Reeves. Morgan Rielly puts us in behind the cage. Picked up by David Kampf. In the right side red line, Kampf, patient. He's going to have to work his way in behind the officer. He's going to pull all the way back out. Into the neutral zone. Flipped in off a couple stick chops. Florida gets us into the neutral, and Toronto just slap shots it around the inboards. Gustav Forsling. He gets hit hard off the back end, and that brings the fans to their feet in Toronto at Scotiabank. Forsling pops back up. He's going to get knocked again near the right side boards and get it back down. TJ Brody. Brody now, as this gets him across the neutral zone side and dumped in, and finds Anthony Stolars. And we'll take a look. They show Matthew Tkachuk. He's got all sorts of scratches across his face from the Ottawa game yesterday. It's 1-1. 3:12 left to go in the second.
I'm so glad you're my personal shopper.
I'm your bodyguard.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Day and night.
I actually only work the day shift.
Well, then who am I talking to at 3 a.m.?
I think you're confusing me with your Discover card again.
I am?
Yeah, it's their 24/7 customer service. They also protect you from fraud on unauthorized purchases.
Oh, really?
24/7 customer service.
What do you protect me from?
Mostly yourself.
And $0 fraud liability.
Oh.
It's taking me. It's good they can hand it off.
Fumble to the house. What it do?
Up by 5, 14 seconds left. They take a knee. Take a knee. Win the game. You're all in second. I said, there's no. What? Yeah. You guys see the end of that game?
We did.
And that'll be over. Should have taken a knee, huh?
Well, as long as everybody had fun, right? Okay.
New triple match holiday scratch-offs from a Florida lottery. With 3 ways to play, plus a bonus play, over 28 winners. They're triple the fun. Must be 18 or older to play. Play responsibly. Panthers hockey presented by BMW, the ultimate driving machine, the official luxury vehicle.
So 3:12 left to go in this middle stanza. John, I'm here with you. I'm in play-by-play, man. It's the Florida Panthers and Toronto Maple Leafs. Tied at 1. Noah Gregor has got the latest tally. 12:54 of the second period, but we are really getting away here from this second period. 3:12 left. Might be going to the third, tied at 1. It's anybody's contest right now. If you're a Pekingese barking, I apologize. It's a dog downstairs. Normally don't do a lot of the earlier games because everybody's usually asleep on the later side of it. So back underneath the action now, Carter Verhaeghe and near the right side of the face-off dot as this is intercepted. Off the sauce pass, Marner, he's on sides. I thought he would have been offsides, but this is right into the stomach of Stolars and the old line. Marner had more time. I don't even know if he knew he was on sides, to be honest with you. As Benoit able to make this pass, and Marner, I guess, might not have had his escape lanes to the ice. Don't know how he did that, but he got a rush, and Stolar said no. 26 shots to 20. Sam Bennett back on the ice after absolutely feeding Max Domi fists. Carter Verhaeghe will go ahead and take it against John Tavares. It's a defensive zone draw. Florida Panthers have been really good in the circle right now. About 2:55 left to go in the middle frame. It's tied at 1. Sam Bennett into the neutral zone will gain the entry. Wrapped around the inboards now for Morgan Rielly. Rielly now trying to get this away from the backhand. And this is flipped in. 2:40 left to go in the second. Trying to hold this off the forehand. Niko Mikula bounces in between. Picked up by Montour. Montour trying to find a Sinai shot. But it'll be Wall. Will hold on as he makes it with the catch and glove right into his stomach. 2:35 left to go in the middle frame. He was looking for a deflection, but it didn't materialize. He just said, I'm going to go ahead and take the shot. My team's one of the draws nonetheless, and we'll do it again. Again, on the YouTube question, just a solo call for me today. 3 votes. I said, assume both teams make a postseason run, who do you like more to have a deep run? Toronto, all 3 votes so far, 100%. Face-off win here for Florida. On the offensive side is Barkov, takes a cross-check. Reinhart finds it. He'll work it. Here's a slap shot with the traffic. Wall says no. We'll get this now. Barkov off the backhand. We'll get this in the high slot. Fired at the net again. Wall. He thought it hit off his glove, but this is still with the Panthers. Forsling trying to funnel it at the net. Play a rebound, carry him off the backboards. It was Evan Rodrigues, but now this will be with the Leafs. Leafs now gain the entry near the left side blue line. Fire it in. Stolars will take a look in the stand up near the right side post. And now Barkov back in his own end. He does it all. As this will find a way for Carter Verhaeghe. He'll spin, turn. Evan Rodrigues trying to find it as well. As this is picked up off the backhand. Reinhart. Now Anton Lundell. Lundell. He'll center it out here for Reinhart. This one a little bit too far. He took to Reinen. Trying to find it. Picked up now near the right side dot. The sauce pass finds nobody. And this will be Stolar's long pass from 150 feet. This will work out for Luosterainen. Cross pass goes high off the deflection attempt. And there was Lundell. I think they got a stick on it, but he couldn't find it. Lundell. He has it. They got to make sure nobody touches it with a hand pass. So the Maple Leafs will have possession with Morgan Rielly off the left side inboards. Luosterainen will have it. Knocked away from Nylander. 1:05 left to go in this second period. Again across the red line now. This will be Stolars. Stolars will send it around the net. This bounce between a couple bodies. Bennett will watch. Oliver Ekman-Larsson waiting on the off wing. Into Luosterainen now. Has it. Nice work off the backhand. Trying to keep this alive. Working behind the net now of Joseph Woll. Still spinning, shooting. Good save on the short side from Anton Lundell of Joseph Woll. Glove the other way off sides is Nicholas Robertson. 38 seconds left to go in the second. Very close the other way, but Anton Lundell and Luosterainen, great combination play and a tip high. Nick Cousins, that one just eluded a little bit above the post as Auston Matthews delivered a hit. 38 seconds in which to work with in the second period. 10:36 on the ice for Cousins. Sam Bennett will win it. Niko Mikula now will go ahead and flip this down across the red line, but heavily contested there by Marner. Marner now for Tavares. The captaincy has got it. And off the backhand now for Auston Matthews. Trying to make something happen here in the final 20 seconds. Number 34 can definitely do that. As this is centered and Marner can't pick it up between his legs. And now Matthew Tkachuk try to pressure the other way. It's Carter Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe walking in, shooting cross pass. Doesn't find anybody. That would have been a golden opportunity for the Panthers. And now Tkachuk will have it, settle it down, and we go to the end of 2, 1-1. This is going to be a heck of a game. I hope you join me here for this third period. Don't go anywhere.
Stays perfect. And that really stymied the momentum change that Toronto grabbed after they tied this game in the second period. Both goaltenders have been stars.
South Florida Hyundai dealers Dealers present our second edition. Katie will chat with defenseman Gustav Forsling, all the highlights, and we wrap up Hockey Fights Answer the Month special initiative, 25th year. The NHL Hockey Fights Cancer. Once again, it's been a little nasty. The Panthers of the Maple Leafs tonight going at the 1-1 after 2.
I'm so glad you're my personal shopper.
I'm your bodyguard.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Day and night.
I actually only work the day shift.
Well, then, what am I talking to at 3 a.m.?
I think you're confusing me with your Discover card again?
I am?
Yeah, it's your 24/7 customer service. They also protect you from fraud on unauthorized purchases.
Oh, really?
24/7 customer service.
What do you protect me from?
Mostly yourself.
And $0 fraud liability.
Oh.
And
So much. Hey. Thank you.
All you gotta do is take a knee. Then they can hand it off.
Fumble to the house.
What a doozy.
Up by 5, 14 seconds left.
You take a knee. Take a knee. Win the game.
You always take a knee.
That's it.
Just little. Right? Yeah. You guys see the end of that game?
We did.
I nailed the over. Should have taken a knee, huh?
Well, as long as everybody had fun, right?
Okay. I'll deal with this tomorrow.
You won't.
That's right in here.
But I do already.
I'm a busy man. Look how crusty this is.
Shameful.
It's just too much.
Now this.
Time.
Tidy tackle any pile.
Not a tackle button?
Just clean the pile, Ron.
Okay.
This too.
That was easy. When stains and odors pile up, it's got to be tied.
It's really weird. You should get that. I know. I really need a new shirt. The love that goes into a Subaru comes out when Subaru and their retailers share the love. 116,000 animals support. 3,300 wishes.
I'll be right back.
Granted. 4.3 million.
welcome to the second intermission report brought to you by your South Florida Monday dealers. One chance there off the rush alone, and Noah Gregor able to put it home. Anthony Stolar's otherwise excellent and perfect during this game. So the Panthers, the Maple Leafs, going at it. The Cats trying to make it 2-0 on this 3-game road trip after the win last night in Ottawa. Will be an intense third period of hockey. We are 1-1 after 40 minutes. Part of the Panthers' key defense core doing such a great job this season, and a great job tonight against Auston Matthews. Some of those high-end Leafs players, defenseman Gustav Forsling. Let's go downstairs to Kate.
Guys, the Toronto Maple Leafs turned up the intensity, tying the game up at 1 apiece here in the second period. How would you assess your team's defensive efforts thus far?
I think we battle. We're staying in this, and they come off a little harder. Got a couple of power plays, but I think we kill them off pretty good.
You mentioned the PK. Your team has been excellent in that area of the game. You lead your team in ice time when playing shorthanded. What's been the biggest improvement you've noticed on the penalty kill?
I think we're playing a little bit more with confidence out there. I think everyone knows their job, and we're putting pressure. And we love killing now.
This is a Toronto Maple Leafs team that has a lot of offensive weapons. What must be the focus looking ahead to the final period to keep their stars at bay?
We want to stay out of the box for sure, but get the puck behind them and just trying to get a few shots, a couple of guys in front, and just get one goal there.
Gustav, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. Coming up on the other side of the break, Randy and Goldie will break down the second period with highlights and stats. That and more coming up after this.
When my patients experience very dry skin, I recommend the Roche-Posay Liquid Card Body Cream. One application a day keeps very dry skin away. The Roche-Posay Liquid Card Body Cream provides 48-hour hydration and helps repair the skin barrier.
I'm just walking a little bit slower over the last few because I have a blister on my foot that's still trying to heal. It was opened up several days ago, but I think it'll be good by the time we get to the Saturday assignment on the location. So apologies, it takes me a little bit longer to move around.
This makes me feel really special too, because Discover's giving me cash back on debit, not just credit.
Actually, Discover gives cash back on debit to everyone.
Everybody?
Take a look now. We got a lot more scores to go over.
Years that I couldn't find my bike. It was in
Our game's 1-1. Kevin Stenlin and Noah Gregor have the goals between the Panthers and Maple Leafs as we're in the second intermission. I'll give you an update here for the Islanders and the Devils. So it was Bo Horvat and Michael McLeod. We covered that in the first. It was 1-1 after 1. It is 4-2 after 2. JGP, John Gabriel Pajot, Cal Clutterbuck, and Matthew Barzell all scored goals. Dawson Mercer gets his fifth from Jack Hughes and Tyler Toffoli. Akira Schmid is now the new goaltender, 2 out of 2. Vitek Vanacek pulled after 14 out of 18. Vanacek, he was great last year. He kind of struggled a bit late. Now he's going to be 8-6. And goals against is going to be about 3.5, and he's got an under 879 save percentage. Those are brutal numbers for Vitek. He's really got to be able to get that up there. The Jerseys, for as good as their offense is, they're not going to be able to do anything if they can't get goaltending. And we'll see what happens. On the other end, Ilya Sorokin stopped 17 out of 19 as the Islanders have a 4-2 lead. Again, they have a very odd record, 8-6-6. But you're still getting points. Only 6 games once you didn't get any, and that's what helps you. In the second period, the Flyers have tied it up. It's 1-1. Again, Bunting scored from Aho and Orlov. Travis Konechny from Tyson Forster, the Canadian prospect. Carter Hart, 15 out of 16. And Peter Kochetkov, after only had to make an 8-1 save in the first 10 minutes, stopped 17 out of 18. Flyers starting to get some shots on goal. As Carolina's starting to look, they want to look more like Carolina. They're 12-8 on the season.
Those long as everybody had fun, right? Okay.
Predators have a 2-0 lead on the Pittsburgh Penguins. They're trying to go for 6 in a row. Both teams with identical 10-10-0 records. Michael McCarron with his second and third of the seasons. Yusei Saros stopped 13 out of 13. Tristan Jarry, 7 out of 9. The Wild, desperate to end a 7-game losing streak, have a 2-1 lead. John Hines is the new coach. Maybe they get a boost in the initial game. Joel Eriksson Ek with his 11th. Frederick Grosjean with his first. Colton Parayko's got the lone goal for the Blues. Philip Gustafson stopped 8 out of 9 for an 889. And Jordan Binnington, 8 out of 10. Philip Gustafson, another one, we talk about his numbers. They've been absolutely brutal this year. 2-6-2, 394, 881 save percentage. And he has a shutout on top of that. You can imagine if he didn't. We are, I believe, at the end of one for the Stars and the Jets. We're scoreless. The Kraken and the Blackhawks, 11-28 in the first. That is scoreless as well. The Golden Knights and the Oilers will be dropping the puck in about 15 minutes. The same for the Lightning and the Coyotes. The Ducks and Canucks at the late game. Ducks have been really struggling of late. Canucks have lost a few games, but you would imagine Canucks can right the ship there. Everything is set at 6.5. That's usually the base number for over/under.
And Noah Gregor comes down and he just makes a world-class move and waits for Stolarz to go down, and then he just lifts it. Here's a good angle right there, right over his shoulder on the short side. The only goal from that second period, and the Panthers still leading shots and scoring chances, 29-20.
Shot clock update. Let's present our highlights from that second period. And there's Gregor fired up, and we get into the numbers of the Leafs. Remember, it was 33-11 after the first period, so they leveled things off in that second. Panthers still with a good advantage, and, well, the special teams, both teams have done the job.
Yeah, the Panthers are doing the job, too, and killing the penalties. Obviously, they're winning key draws in the defensive zone, but we just take a look at this penalty kill that the Panthers have done. Again, playing on their toes, being aggressive, and I've been so impressed why the Panthers have the turnaround of the penalty kill is because of their active sticks. They're getting in the passing lanes and causing Toronto to hesitate just for that half second, even though Toronto's getting a few quality shots. And then your best penalty killer, your goaltender, has to come up with a big save. There's a nice block by Gustav Forsling off the Domi centering. Panthers were able to gather it in and get it down the end.
Well, it seems like every Panther game, with the exception of last night, which was the largest margin of victory this season, 5-0 over Ottawa. Seems like every game ran is either tied or one goal in the third period. How do you expect the Panthers to try to manage this third period?
Well, number one, stay out of the penalty box. As I mentioned in the second period, Toronto, they just live up the power play. That's where they want to get their points. And if the Panthers are disciplined, not allow them on the power play, then it's an advantage for Florida. The energy level has been great, but the Panthers came off a very physical, emotional game last night in Ottawa. How are they going to?
Let me update this in the chat for anyone else that is just joining of late.
Get the pucks in deep. Toronto's defense have popped up the puck numerous times this level. The Panthers with some golden opportunities. If that trend continues, the Panthers will look for a hero and get a game-winning goal here in the third.
Many of them from Anton Lundell, a season-high 6 shots on goal.
He's been impressive.
Through 40 minutes, his career high is 8 shots on goal. The third period from Toronto is coming up. Let's tell you right now that you can visit FLATeamShop.com. Use the code ROAD and get free shipping on your Adidas Road jersey.
Okay, so this is updated here for you. Just type that in there. So Noah Gregor's got the latest 1-1 tie after 2, and that is where we stand.
Get the perfect holiday gifts for hockey fans on your list at NHLShop.com. The world's largest selection of officially licensed NHL fan gear with unique one-of-a-kind designs by Fanatics, Adidas, and more. All the latest styles for every NHL team. Miss out. Shop now and get today's special holiday offer. NHLShop.com. A Fanatics experience.
So Josiah wandered outside and close to the street.
Conversation began. What system is going to keep our family safe? Alexa was just a no-brainer.
I was stunned. My husband dropped in on our Alexa device, instructed my son how to administer the EpiPen. If my husband hadn't acted so fast, I wouldn't be here.
Alexa detected Oklahoma.
We reckon that the Oklahoma's upstairs batteries had died, but Alexa heard the ones that were going off in the den.
Alexa did save my life.
When my patients experience very dry skin, I recommend La Roche-Posay Liquid Card Body Cream. One application a day keeps very dry skin away. La Roche-Posay Liquid Card Body Cream provides 48-hour hydration and helps to repair the skin barrier. Suitable for ages 2 weeks to 100 years old. La Roche-Posay, recommended by 90,000 dermatologists worldwide.
Huh. How long have you been tracking our car's value per month?
Just like 7 months.
Should we sell it?
No.
Whoa.
Silver bands are going tomorrow.
So I know we're in the middle of the second intermission, but we did get an update. I just want to throw this across the side of Twitter space, and the YouTube ended it. And I'm just looking as far as the Kyle Davidson presser for the Chicago Blackhawks. And they said whatever Corey Perry did was an in-house matter. It didn't involve anyone else on the team. He took care of something that was unforgivable, and they had to let him go on that. And that's the pretty much the context of what I got about it. And Carl Davidson looked like he was holding up tears a little bit. He was kind of choking up a little bit. So he did something that wasn't very good, but that was kept in house. All the other rumors that were going across for Connor Bedard and this and that, I don't report on any of the rumors things because we don't know, but it doesn't involve any of that. Those are all accusations. We live in a social media type world where anybody can say what they want without any repercussions. So any of those things that were inaccurate about the Connor Bedard thing or the jokes that were made, that has nothing to do with Corey Perry in that situation. Corey Perry apparently did something that kicked him off the team immediately, according to Carl Davidson, and they are going to move forward after that. So that's all I got for you from what I see. And the Red Wings officially announced it in their account. If you're thinking about the Chicago Blackhawks, Patrick Kane was a longtime member. It looks like Patrick Kane is now a member of the Detroit Red Wings. Honestly, you know what? I'm going to talk about this with Cooper on Thursday's side, and I'll get all my initial thoughts then. But it's a one-year deal at 2.75 with no extra incentives. Coming off the hip resurfacing, not really sure what type of Patrick Kane we'll see. But hey, I mean, for Steve Eisman, you could essentially put down Christian Fischer or any other ones like that. He could fit in a second or third line, and that would add to your depth. And I think that that's a low-risk, high-reward type deal. It's kind of what I'm feeling about it, but what say you?
And then at 7 o'clock, the Panthers take on the Knies. Panthers put some big numbers up on Montreal the last few years. 7 o'clock puck drop brought to you by BMW.
It's been kind of an up and down year so far for the Montreal Canadiens, battling with injuries, and the Panthers have lit them up. Going back the last couple of years, Aleksander Barkov and company. These games finish off this trip. That Keefe saves on 20 shots. Stolarz for the Florida Panthers. He made a couple of candies there while the Maple Leafs had the power play. Big goaltender covers a lot of the net. Doesn't overplay the puck. And you got the help of a couple of posts. Marner with that shot, couple of shots.
Group tickets after this Panther game are on sale now. Organizing next Saturday at Verhaeghe Arena. Celebrate the 50th anniversary of your Panthers, friends, co-workers, or family. Secure your exclusive fan experience today. Go to floridapanthers.com/groups.
A big spotlight on Verhaeghe.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a big third period upcoming between the Florida Panthers and the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's a 1-1 game. Kevin Stenlund and Noah Gregor, from everything we've seen, it was very physical in the second period. Sam Bennett and Max Domi, and Sam Bennett absolutely fed Max Domi his lunch and then some. Just non-stop uppercuts after a couple of those cheap shots and cross-checks. Bennett had enough. Domi went right after him first, and I don't think he's going to try to do that again. So it's 1-1. We're going to be going to the third period. This should be a lot of fun. Honestly, it was a good first period by Florida. Toronto really responded. They got a couple extra power plays. Willie Nylander hit the post twice, and that's where we're at. So Noah Gregor and Kevin Stenlund, those are your goal scorers. We're starting the third period. Austin Matthews wins the draw. Toronto Maple Leafs are going to be going right to left. They are in the home blues and the white striping. The Florida Panthers are in the blue pants with the red striping and the white shirts. As we're at Scotiabank Arena, it's a 1-1 tie. Again, Florida Panthers beat the Maple Leafs in 5 games last season. Nylander centered it through. Nobody was home. Rielly gets it in a high slot looking for a tip, working behind the cage. And this goes just too far on the other side for Willie Nylander. Again, he's been all over it in this game. Matthew Knies, they'll center it across. Couple blocks. Stolarz holds on to that left post as Tkachuk tries to find him. Matthew Knies gets on his horse. He's looked good in this game so far, especially in this early start of this third, as this is put around the end boards now. Stolarz, he's holding on to the left post on the stand-up. He's been very good in this contest, and I thought it'd be Ilya Samsonov, but Joseph Wall is in that today. Stolarz has stopped 20 out of 29, or 19 out of 20, 20 out of 29 for Wall. As it's Marner trying to find Bertuzzi. A little bit too far as Aaron Ekblad. Shovel it ahead for Sam Reinhart. Reinhart now for Barkov. He'll kiss it off the right side end boards. TJ Brodie and Jake McCabe elude a hit. Barkov tries to find it off of a long stretch. This bounces in front of Wall and settle back down. Ekblad holds the right side blue line. Wrapped around the end cage now for Jake McCabe. Jarnkrok gets stick chopped away from him. There's Barkov again. He's not afraid to get in the middle of the action. Evan Rodrigues drop it for Reinhart. Rodrigues fans on it. He wanted to get a backhand in front, but he lost the twig as it's Gustav Forsling. A little bit too far. There's a flip pass, almost bounced in between David Kampf and cleared in across the red line now where Joseph Wall will stop it. 18:05 left to go in the third. John, I'm your play-by-play man. It's a 1-1 game between the Panthers and the Maple Leafs. It's anybody's contest right now. Toronto can't change their offensive personnel. They've iced it. And we'll see what happens. We're just 2 minutes in to this final stanza. Maybe we need overtime. At least we're not going to need multiple OTs because the last time I ended up covering the Florida Panthers, that's all it ever was OTs. And I didn't think I would make it. It was a 4 overtime game winner for Tkachuk and then multiple overtime game winners for Tkachuk again. And it just got a little crazy for the Panthers on that side. It really felt like they were a team of destiny, but Vegas Golden Knights closed out all that talk. But to be fair, the Panthers were tremendously beat up against the Bruins. A couple chances were stopped by Stolars. Off the backhand attempt as Domi tried to get a rebound. Long flip. Catered down by Brodie. Into Luster-Ryan can't locate it. And now Nicholas Robertson has it. Number 89 will leave for number 78, TJ Brodie. And fire it in. Brodie now for David Kampf, the third line. Nico Mikkola is there. Kevin Stenlund, the lone goal scorer for Florida. And Noah Gregor on the other side for Toronto. Here's a 3-on-2 rush. So be Stenlund trying to get in the dirty areas. He'll center it back out in front. David Kampf blocks it. Gadjevich get this near from Montour, and this one goes behind the cage for Lomberg. Lomberg now. He gets around a couple stutter steps. And this is picked up here for Brodie. Little spin and turn. Nice job. He had all sorts of traffic in front of him, but he kept his head on a swivel and made the right play. David Kampf now near the right side wall. He loses it. Good pinch there for Florida as this is flipped down. This will be touched by the stick of Wall. Rielly will send it across for his defensive partner, Jake McCabe. Domi turns it over. Now this is near the left side, Sam Bennett. And a good diving play from Morgan Rielly might have stopped the goal as it spun back around for Tkachuk. Here's Bennett. Now Matthew looking for a deflection for Carter Verhaeghe. There's a long outstretched pass. It's Willie Nylander. He needs some help, though. He'll get knocked away. Florida pushing the other way. It's 3-on-1. Bennett, cross pass. Oh, he gets stuffed into the net. And the helmet goes flying for Joseph Wall as he gives himself a snow shower. Tkachuk was taken down. He wants some cadence to the referee, and I don't blame him. Willie Nylander near the right side. It got turned over. Bennett was the one who forced it. He tries to make a sauce pass out of the air to Tkachuk, and Tkachuk gets bowled over right into Joseph Wall. One of the Toronto players pushed him into it. Don't think it's going to be any penalties on Tkachuk. He couldn't get the heck out of the way of that. And Joseph Wall, his eyes are burning from all the cold. He's got snow in his eyes. So Tkachuk gets upended. 16-14 of an odd-man rush. And Florida almost scored, but Joseph Wall, he took some contact. Matthew Knies, I think, pushed Matthew Tkachuk into Joseph Wall. So odd-man rush gets turned away. Tkachuk, his 17th shift, about 12 minutes on the ice. You always see him chewing on that mouth guard. And Sheldon Keefe says that's a joke. There should have been a penalty, but he said effing joke on that side. As it's picked up by Montour. Montour now try to shovel it out in front of the net. Great opportunity for Reinhart. We'll get this one to D. Work it back around the cage now on Wall. This will be Brodie. Man, he's been out there for a long time. Turned over. Barkov, short side chance. Good cancel off by Wall. This will be a rush the other way. Got to hurry out and turn on the Jets. Is Nico Mikkola. Good work. He had to elude Mitch Marner. He had to pay the price for it nonetheless, but he got there to stop any sort of breaks. Brandon Montour off a 1-on-2. Now 1-on-3. Try to backhand in between a couple Maple Leafs, but it's blocked by Jake McCabe. And now Marner. Evan Rodrigues giving chase. Marner will shovel this off the glass plate high beautifully by Bertuzzi. Could have something here with Tavares. Here's a drop pass in the middle of the slot. McCabe fires. This goes off the right pad of Stolarz. He's down, Snow Angel. This is a long flip in the air. This was just thrown up in the air so that way Stolarz could get back. And now this is picked up across the Maple Leafs logo. Settle it back down deep. And across the Coca-Cola sign on the right wing, gain across the red. All over Ekman-Larsson. Bounce it in off of Kevin Stinley. Turned over. Lusterinen. Robertson has it, shoots. This one gets blocked by Aaron Ekblad. Ekblad. Woke up. Cousins gone on a break. Backhand. And he should be getting a hooking penalty on the other end. Morgan Rielly, maybe not. As this is Kulikov with a long outstretched pass for Cousins. I think we're still playing though. As this is gloved down. No penalty against Morgan Rielly. I thought he hooked on that side for Nick Cousins. I guess he didn't. 14:30 left to go in the third. As this is Lundberg in behind the cage. It gets loose out in front. Stolarz knocks it away from a sharp angle, and David Kampf puck leads him. 14:15 left to go in the third. This contest has been awesome so far. I've said that a couple times throughout this game, but it really has. Back and forth, good physicality, good fights. I mean, this has been everything you want in a hockey game right now. 1-1 is the scoreline. 31-24 shots on goal in favor of the Cats. Near the right side inboards, long outstretched pass from 70 feet. Players will go ahead and take a change for Paul Maurice's squad. It's Jake McCabe. And behind the opposite wall, I think it start again, right to left. Willie Nylander gains the entry, trying to find Matthews. Matthews cutting in! Great save by Stolarz off the backhand to Rob Auston Matthews. Matthews now, he'll funnel a shot 5-hole, and Stolarz finds it, holds on. Anthony Stolarz, he's played a damn good goaltender right now, and he's going to need to do that because a couple chances here. Barkov the other way for Wall. It was Wall and Stolarz. They've been standing on their head. 13:35 in the third.
That's the DQ Cheeseburger Lovers deal. 2 singles for $5 or 2 doubles for $7 for a limited time. So, how is it? Deal this good speaks for itself, I guess. DQ, happy taste.
You're being followed. How you want to play this?
I'm going to go introduce myself. You two stay here. Let's look like cops. Why would that be nice?
Back in the day, you really never happened.
How was your boss?
You know my boss anymore. That's got good instincts. That's got good everything.
I'm so glad you're my personal shopper.
I'm your bodyguard.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Right. Day and night.
I actually only work the day shift.
But then, who am I talking to at 3 a.m.?
I think you're confusing me with your Discover card again?
I am?
Yeah, it's their 24/7 customer service. They also protect you from fraud on unauthorized purchases.
Oh, really?
24/7 customer service.
What do you protect me from?
Mostly yourself.
And $0 fraud liability.
Oh, I don't get it from your husband. Deserves $0. Sell me one a new iPhone. A better plan is Verizon.
For a limited time, turn any iPhone in any condition into a new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium and iPad and Apple Watch SE, all on us. Only on Verizon.
Fifth game of the season going up against Joseph Wall. Both his names mixed up.
Yeah, they certainly have. Here's the shot, the original shot. They're bouncing around. Look at Stolarz having to kick out that left pad, scrambling around. And then what a play by Dmitry Kulikov. Look at, he strips the puck and then finds Cousins for the breakaway. But I don't think Cousins realized that Morgan Rielly was right on his tail. And a little tap on the stick, and Cousins lost control of that puck. I think Cousins thought that he had a stick on that breakaway there. Kind of relaxed a little bit.
Barkov will take this draw. 13:30 left to go in the third. It's a 1-1 tie. It's going to be Toronto with the offensive zone possession, though. Morgan Rielly, this pinball is near the left side wall. Stolarz hits it away with the stick. Toronto's still with it, though, right now. Matthew Knies trying to get this in between a couple of Florida Panthers. Evan Rodrigues now for Carter Verhaeghe. Try to get on his horse, but it's Morgan Rielly. Morgan Rielly nicely in behind his net. We'll have to start this again right to left. Rielly now full flight as he'll flip it in across the red. Stolarz will stop it. Play this off the backhand now, but here's Toronto off the forecheck. Knocked down Brandon Montour. Gets a piece of another one of the Maple Leafs. Couldn't get a number on it. Didn't even show it. 12-15 4:50 left to go in this third. As the crowd is starting to cheer, I wonder if there's going to be a penalty call or something that they like. 12:40 left to go in the third, though. Looks like we're still on even strength. Turned over. And near the right side, Lundell. And it should be offsides. 12:37 left to go in the third. 31-27 shots on goal. I want to see what they're cheering about. Auston Matthews gets a hit on Nico Mikkola. That's what they're cheering about on that side. So Auston Matthews with a little bit of push there. But nothing a little crazy. He just getting his hit in before he goes to the players' bench for number 34. So 31-27, as we said, shots on goal. Marner off the draw. And now it's John Tavares. He lost it. Nicely played off the backhand. Florida try to push this left to right, as this is near the left side faceoff dot. Seattle just scored one to get it within 2-1. Chicago Blackhawks have a 2-1 lead over the Kraken. Here's a 2-on-1. Here's an opportunity. Bertuzzi was late arriving, but the shot was taken by Nicholas Robertson. As it's McCabe now. Into the traffic near the right side dot. Turnaround shot gets blocked from John Tavares. As this is Cousins that'll fight it down. Mitch Marner will try to find the entry now, this time in the full cage. Again, he left it at the 7:54 marker of the first as he got hit in the face with a puck by Matthew Tkachuk, but he bounced back out there in the second period in the full cage. Picked back up now for Benoit, who'll gain the red line now. He dumped this one in for Aaron Ekblad, the captaincy. On that side, the assistant captaincy alongside Barkov, I should say. As this is flipped up and settled back down for Connor Timmins. Timmins now will find it here for Nick Robertson. Robertson dispossessed of the puck, but Toronto is back. It's a 4-on-2 centering pass, Barkov. This one shot wide near the left side red line. We'll stick it down as Tkachuk. Tkachuk takes a hit up high. Still strong enough to go with the play. Barkov, Kulikov will fire this on the net. Wall makes the save. Picked up now by Nick Robertson in his own end. He'll shovel it, but it's not out. Florida will push it down deep. Across the flip as Wall will hold on the butterfly near the right side post. Here's Benoit. Benoit now with a shovel pass. Gets into the neutral zone, but intercepted by Verhaeghe. Will turn around and fire it in. Florida all of a sudden getting some puck possession here. We're almost halfway through this third. It's a 1-1 tie. Kevin Stenlund and Noah Gregor with goals in the first and second, respectively. Fake the slap shot. Montour lets the wrist shot go. And Wall finds an opening and catching glove and holds on. 10:42 left to go in the third. Drawn out here. It's a solo call for me. I'm your play-by-play man. We're watching the Bally Sports Florida/Sun feed on ESPN+. Hope you're having a good one now. I've been looking forward to both of these contests. Yesterday was a good one between Colorado and Tampa, and now we follow it up with Toronto and Florida. We got some good matchups all week. I think Thursday, Cooper Hopkins will join for Calgary and Dallas. Calgary just got a win over Vegas, 2-1 in overtime. Mackenzie Weegar getting the game winner. Vegas lost a few games of late. Montour through the traffic. This one gets blocked. Forsling trying to turn around as Wall found it through the bowling pins. Turning around. A couple wraparound attempts for Forsling. And this is in between skates and blades. As it's picked up now for Nico Mikkola. And across the right side of Wall. And flipped into the players' bench. 10:24 left to go in the third. So another face-off win by the Panthers. They've been really good in the offensive end, especially Ryan Lundberg, Kevin Stenlund, this fourth line. I think they've been outplaying the other fourth line, with the exception of Noah Gregor on that side, who's got a goal. But working in behind the cage, getting chances, trying to get pressure on Wall, they've kind of done a little bit of everything in this 1-1 tie. So now it'll be Willie Nylander. We'll get this one down deep. And it'll be Stolarz. Try to kiss this in off the glass. This bounces in a couple Florida bodies, but they will transgress here into the offensive end. It'll be an opportunity for Barkov. Has to get around a Jake McCabe hit. Turned over. Barkov with a stick chop. And this is near the right side wall. Oh, my goodness. What a pickup there for Verhaeghe, but he missed it wide off the backhand. Now, Evan Rodrigues is out there. Rodrigues slowed up and shot. Barkov trying to provide the screen. It's a broken stick. Somebody goes to the bench. They're essentially playing a man up here. Florida's got to get it going, fire it at the net before Toronto gets settled. Here's another slapper. Goes off the wall. Lusterinen centered it out in front. And now Toronto has it. 9:30 left to go in the second. It's Lusterinen. Gets it back to D. Ekblad, patient, fires it off the right pad of Wall. Now off the backhand, Jake McCabe. He gets upended. And Kulikov might be called for a tripping. Evan Rodrigues says F that on that side. But That's exactly what's going to be the case. Toronto's going to go to the power play. Jake McCabe gets tripped, and Toronto's got a power play when we come back, 9:22 in the third.
I recommend the Roche Posay Lubricar Body Cream. One application a day keeps very dry skin away. 48-hour hydration helps to repair the skin barrier. The Roche Posay.
Some people just know that rapid fit.
That's not gonna fit. No, I'd cut it in half and make 2 chairs.
Those are the people who know you're in good hands with Allstate.
Want to see where your team ranks? Just tell Siri. Show me the NHL standings.
Man, New Jersey was down 4-2. It's 4-4 now with 6:02 left in the third. And that game, I think, is farther along than our game. Our game's 1-1.
Yeah, the Panthers had all kinds of pressure in the offensive zone, and here's Barkov. It's Jake trying to get that puck. He touches the puck, and a missed embellishment there, and you see the reaction from Rodrigues.
So Toronto gets a power play. 9:22 left to go in the third. This could be the difference in this game. Marner slows down. He'll pivot near the high slot and get it back across for the Toronto Maple Leafs and Morgan Rielly. Rielly patient. Give it for Auston Matthews, fired into the screen. This is rebound across the wall. Willie Nylander will settle it down. Marner. Nylander now near the left side red line. Pivot off the backhand. Trying to set it here for Matthews. And Rielly will find it near the right side blue line. Will keep his sticks on side. It's Nylander trying to find Matthews out in front. Matthews now has it to the right side down. Fake the slapper. Nylander send it across for Marner. Marner. There'll be a turn shot for Rielly. Picked up by Tavares in behind the cage in Florida. Put this in off the window. This doesn't bounce in the player's bench. This goes all the way down. So good work on the clear there for Gustav Forsling. We'll take his change. It'll be Joseph Wall. We'll be back down here. I'll pull back up the lines as it's about 8:25 left to go in the third. Toronto got a minute left to go on this power play. Auston Matthews, Tyler Bertuzzi now. Bertuzzi, they'll rush on his forehand. They'll work this in behind the net now and just hold the blue line as Toronto. He picked up by Auston Matthews. Good work, good strength. He'll fire right on, and that was a bomb of a wrist shot. And this one gets blocked. Nylander now. Connor Timmins. It'll be Nylander near the right side dot. It's Timmins in the high slot. He'll go through the traffic. This one will get blocked. Off the half spin. Good work. Knocked away from Marner. Picked up now for Mitch, though. Mitch, patient in the high slot. This gets Auston out of the zone. Timmins got to go back. And so does Toronto. Florida getting some more changes, and so is Toronto's personnel. Matthews, take a seat. Calle Jarnkrok. Now here for Domi. Jarnkrok has it. 15 seconds left to go in Toronto's power play. Gain the entry. Max Domi lost him between his legs. He would have played it. It would have been offsides. It'll fall back to Joseph Wall. Florida's killed the Toronto power play. 7:20 left to go in this third. It's a 1-1 tie. Kevin Stenlund and Noah Gregor have the goals. Near the left side wall, here's a slap shot. Stolarz says no. Flip down, long for Barkov. Barkov now finds it near the right side red line. Using that strength still with it off the backhand. Keeps it in. It's Evan Rodrigues now. Rodrigues patient. He's trying to work in between the lanes. And this is picked up now for the Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs now with Forsling as it's Barkov. Bounces off the referee for Calle Jarnkrok. And now Jake McCabe, who's the one that drew the penalty. This one goes into the crowd. 6:50 left to go in the third. Shots on goal are 35-29 in favor of the Cats, but the score is 1-1. Hope you guys are enjoying this game wherever you're listening on the YouTube and the Twitter Spaces side. John Reinhart, I'm your play-by-play man. It's a solo call for me today, but I should be here with you on the Thursday side with Cooper Hopkins when we cover Dallas and the Calgary Flames. 6:50 left to go in this third. This has been a really good game, a really physical contest. It's been fast at times as well. Evan Rodrigues trying to win this draw against David Kemp. And again, Florida's done a great job in between the face-off circles, but it's Kemp having to spin back in his own net. Play this off the backhand now and be Brandon Montour. Settle it back down. This game really does feel like overtime. And when you get to the offensive ends of the shooters that you have, when you have Auston Matthews, Willie Nylander, Mitch Marner, and John Tavares, I have to give the advantage to the Maple Leafs on that side, even though Sam Reinhart tied with 15 goals. He's tied with Kucherov and Brock Besser. He's got one more than Kyle Connor and Auston Matthews. So Sam Reinhart, if you didn't have him on your bingo card, you definitely should. But between Reinhart, Tkachuk, and Barkov, those are high-end players as well. But in the shootout, as far as some of the moves you can make if you get there, kind of wonder who the advantage would be. I'd have to go with the Leafs as it's sent back around now. But again, you don't have those in the playoffs, as this is Bertuzzi trying to make a play falling down to his knees. Sam Bennett will find it. He was punching Max Domi in the face pretty good. Now he ends up digging the puck out. Montour bouncing between his legs a couple times. He'll recollect off the backhand. Montour settle it back down in his own end. Still got it now as he'll gain the red line and funnel it in to the Toronto defensive end. Somebody was back skating and blew a tire. It was Anton Lundell. Now off the backhand settle up. Here's a bomb. Deflected opportunity for Sling. And Wall trying to spin around and find it. And this is recollected by Aaron Ekblad. Ekblad now into the neutral zone. Will fire it in. It's Anton Lundell. He has been shoved pretty hard by Benoit. Send it up for Nick Cousins. Cousins trying to spin and turn and find himself some space near the left side wall. Get it back to D. Try to funnel it in for Forsling. 5:30 left to go in this third. Glove down out of the air. Florida, excellent interception as it's Nick Cousins. This is pinball through the traffic near the right side wall, and it's loose a couple of times. Toronto trying to get this out. This is fired at the net again. And now Florida keeps it in. All of a sudden, they got a bunch of puck possession, and Wall will find a bouncing puck into his catching glove. We'll go to break. We're just before the 5-minute marker. It's tied at 1. It's anybody's contest right now. There's been ebbs and flows to this game. Nick Cousins had his shot go just up high after a rebound attempt from Wall.
Some people just know that the best rate for you is a rate based on you, not called. You don't want to ride a car. Get a rate based on you with Drive Rides and the Allstate app. They say seed is believing, but with Stearns & Foster, that's only part of the story. We handcraft every Stearns & Foster using the finest materials like indulgent memory foam and ultra-conforming IntelliCoils for a beautiful mattress and indescribable comfort every single night. Stearns & Foster, what comfort should be. For a limited time, bring home incredible comfort with savings up to $800 on select adjustable mattress sets. Learn more at stearnsandfoster.com.
The total support pouch from Haynes can help you achieve balance. Listen mesh panels with perfect separation and support. Secure, separated, supported. Find your balance. It's the total support pouch from Haynes.
2 to go. Nick Cousins taking a look perhaps at his last opportunity offensively.
Either that or he's missed Cyber Monday. But here's the shot, goes bouncing around, and oh, Nick Cousins could be a hero, but he just backhands it somehow long his arm on it. What a exciting shift for that line. They were all over. They kept the puck inside the blue line, pumped it down low, and they made a couple different plays.
They have an excellent all-night. And his weapon Maurice's coaches. He can play them against anyone.
Getting back underneath the action here. 5:13 left to go in the third. We're getting very close to crunch time. The Barkov and Tavares, two captaincies, taking the draw, and Tavares wins it. This gets across the Maple Leafs logo. Florida intercepts as we're down to the final 5 here. It's a 1-1 tie between the Florida Panthers and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Glad you can join me on Bally Sports Florida on the Sun side between these two teams. Again, Florida won the first meeting 3-1. Toronto trying to even up in this Atlantic Division. Again, it was a 5-game playoff series, and Toronto got absolutely lambasted. They want to try to find some good fight here, but this has been a good contest back and forth. Bertuzzi will fire it in. Stolarz has been good, so has Joseph Woll on the other side. They've been a good story to this. It's been a low-scoring game. It's been physical. It's been fast at times as well. Mitch Marner with his pass. McCabe tried to find for Auston Matthews, but he's got to turn around and get back on sides. Aaron Ekblad with a really long flip. This will go across the Maple Leafs logo, bounced off of Tkachuk. It'll be picked up here by Morgan Rielly. Morgan Rielly will center it across for Mark Giordano, as this is a nice play for Auston Matthews. Matthew Knies gets absolutely annihilated behind the net. And now Nylander getting a little bit of a stick hold. That's not being called, but Nylander's got it now. Off the backhand, he can make something happen. Nylander half spin, just try and keep it alive. And this is just bounced away with a stick chop. Morgan Rielly now settling in his own end as it can't find Matthews, and it's dumped in deep. Aaron Ekblad nicely in off the right side boards, trying to rush the other way, left to right, as Anton Lundell gets in the defensive zone of the Toronto Maple Leafs. This will take this D-to-D near the right side wall as this bounce off a couple sticks. Somebody, Listerine, got hit up high. Here's a shot, and Joseph Woll through a cutting screen from Lundell. We're going to get another fight. The camera's going to cut back over here. Nick Cousins wants a piece. I think somebody got hit up high. Nick Cousins took up section to it on that side, and it could have got nasty. Nick Cousins didn't like what he saw there. He's got a few words on the other side for Toronto, but again, for me, as Kulikov was able to fire this one in, Toronto's trying to play a heck of a lot more physical in this game than I normally would see them to try to send a message to Florida, but on the other side, it plays into exactly what the Florida Panthers do, so I don't know if that's necessarily what you want. But this game's still been very entertaining nonetheless. That's why we picked it on that side. 3:27 left to go in the third. Max Domi. Go ahead and take this draw. It's going to be Kevin Stenlund against Domi, fourth line against the third, I believe. Max Domi's still got to be feeling those uppercuts in his face from Sam Bennett. Now it's Ryan Lundberg. He can't win it against Domi. It's Connor Timmins. Timmins has it now as they'll flip this in the defensive end. Good cancel off by Florida. Have to push them in deep. It's number 11, Max Domi. Get the pass across and fire it in. As it's Aaron Ekblad, assistant captain, see Domi trying to drive. Somebody gets hit up high. Very slow to get up. This is going to work out for the Maple Leafs, I believe, as Stolarz had to fall back onto it. Who got hit up in the face and in the nose area? Noah Gregor. He's the goal scorer of the game. So as the puck, or trying to get it out, he was down. He gets hit up high. He took a stick right to the mouth. I'm surprised that's not called, as Gadjevich definitely got a piece of Noah Gregor, hit him right in the chicklets. That was not called. And the one thing, as he was trying to get up, Toronto was able to keep the puck in the zone because he just couldn't get up. It was bouncing off his body, and Toronto almost had a chance to score, even though Gregor was down. So he does have a cut on his lip, and the refs now are convening, and this could be big because this could be a power play here for the Toronto Maple Leafs. It probably should be. He's got a cut on his lip. Gadjevich should be a guilty party. This should be an easy 2. And we'll see what they'll call. Paul Maurice, he's laughing right now, chewing on his gum. 4-minute high-sticking penalty against Gadjevich. This gives the Toronto Maple Leafs an opportunity to win this game, a golden opportunity at that. Again, Gadjevich gets his stick up high. That's got to be called. Nowhere near the play on that side. And he's cut. He's got a little blood. This could be the game right now for the Toronto Maple Leafs. So Gregor's got a goal and a bloody lip. Gadjevich goes to the box for a 2-minute double minor. So, yeah, they are calling it again. I took the extra second. Sorry about that. 4 minutes high stick. You got the blood on the side of it. Paul Maurice laughing a little bit, but again, it's as clear as day from what I'm seeing. It's a high stick right in the upper lip. Noah Gregor here got a little blood. Again, doesn't feel very good when you hit the stick shaft, but a small cut on that end. In Toronto, they've had power play chances. They haven't scored. They showed going into this that the Cats recently on their killer, 14 for 14. Now they're going to have to go 16 for 16 in this recent stretch. Whether or not this game's over, and Toronto has a chance to win it. So let's see what happens now. John Tavares will get this one clean. Fake the slap shot. It's Auston Matthews. Now Nylander. Morgan Rielly. Let's go the bomb. This goes off the window. Bounces off Stolarz. Morgan Rielly. In deep now Nylander. Extra touch pass for Tavares. Good block there for Florida. As they'll shovel it back down. Again, this power play time is going to carry over to overtime if they get it. Florida would be happy to take an overtime point, and so would Toronto. But whoever gets the extra 2, this is big. But Toronto probably wants a 2 right now because they got a double minor. Here's a great entry. John Tavares near the left side dot. It's Morgan Rielly. Morgan's got it now. Trying to shovel it here for Willie. Nylander. Patient as this goes in off the window. Too far for Marner. It's Auston Matthews, number 34. Marner now. Picks it up. He gets knocked down. The puck. Florida uses the glass and gets it down. So good work here for Florida on the kill. This double minor for what Toronto had on this side. Again, it was a double minor for Florida early in this game. Now Toronto could turn the favor. Kevin Stenlund with a stick lift. He's doing a good job just taking some time away. He's able to wrestle this away from Timmins and Matthews. And now he's going near the right side boards. This might be able to allow him to get some help. Calle Jarnkrok off the half spin. As it's 1:45 left to go in the third. Connor Timmins. Timmins had a long shift. He's going to send this one back down. As Toronto looks to get settled again. 1:35 left to go in this third. Tavares. He's trying to race. As Niko Mikkola cancels off ahead. Jarnkrok trying to locate it. Niko Mikkola with Kulikov. Jarnkrok gets taken down. Now on the left side, Mitch Marner is getting canceled off the puck. It's an opportunity. Timmins. He fires through the traffic. This goes high and on a play. 1:20 left to go in the third. 2:16 left to go on the power play side. Who is going to take it? Toronto on the power play. They have a chance to completely end this game and take a 2-1 victory. What can they do? That is what we're awaiting right now. 2:16 left to go on the power play time. If they don't score, it'll carry into the overtime. And we'll start 4-on-3, then go 4-on-4 until we get a stoppage. Timeout called by the Toronto Maple Leafs. So Sheldon Keefe is going to use this. Obviously, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to keep his top group back out there for Auston Matthews, John Tavares, Willie Nylander, Mitch Marner, maybe Morgan Rielly as well. Anthony Stolarz, his last 2 starts, a .970 save percentage, 63 out of 65, 2 goals allowed. So he's been really good. He's been a big presence. I think Anthony Stolarz was also a member of the Anaheim Ducks. He gets an opportunity right now with the Florida Panthers, and he's really fit the bill. Alec Nava's game's pretty close, 97-96. The Heat have the lead over the Bucks with 10:44 in the fourth. They're both doing games right now. Aaron Ekblad. He is out there. The assistant captaincy back on defense. It is John Tavares against Sam Reinhart. Sam's got to win a big draw here. Kicks it with the skate shaft, and Tavares shoots it wide. Auston Matthews holds it in, spins and turns. It'll be Nylander. Into the right side wall. Patient off the backhand. Willie Nylander will flip it in for Johnny T. Tavares. Now Barkov. Barkov will be able to shovel it out. We're down to a final minute left to go in this third. Who is going to take this game? Toronto. They've had power play chances. They can win this right now in the final minute and deny Florida 2 points. This would be big in the Atlantic. Don't want them to get anything. As it's Morgan Rielly. Have to settle this back in. 40 seconds left to go in the third. Rielly gets across now for Marner. He tries to gain the entry. This is a rush for the Florida Panthers, but there's back checking here for Tavares. He's there. Cancels it off, but it kills more time. Down in 25 seconds. Tavares right down the middle, looking to go in there, and here's the cross pass. Nylander off the wall with a slap shot. This gets saved by Stolarz. Down to 15 seconds now. Puck can't hold the blue line. Toronto 0 for 5 on the power play with 6 shots. It's not like they haven't had their chances. Down to 8 seconds across the red line now. Time for one more rush. David Kemp offsides. penalty against the Leafs. And it's going to negate the rest of the power play. We're going to get a 4-on-4 to start this OT unless the Panthers score with 5 seconds left to go in the third period. My goodness, it was a double minor for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They had a chance to win this game, and a penalty is called with 5 seconds left to go. A too many men minor. Florida had one, and now Toronto gets one. Too many men on the ice with 5 seconds left to go in the third. That just cannot happen at this point in the game if you're a Maple Leafs fan or anybody on that side. So a too many men bench minor. We got a minute 4-on-4 action for 5 seconds left in this third and about 59 seconds in the OT. And then Florida will get an abbreviated power play unless Florida scores with 5 seconds left to go in the third. So Sheldon Keefe is beside himself right now. Again, that's all he can do. 5 seconds left to go in this third. Toronto had a golden opportunity to win this game. And it looks like they're going to at least get 1 point. We'll see if they can get 2, but Florida will get 1 as well. That is not what Toronto wants because they're both in the Atlantic. Aleksander Barkov win it back clean and get a shot. That's all you can do right now. Toronto does win it. This goes in behind the cage down to 1 second. Let's go to OT. Tied at 1.
Get the perfect holiday gifts for hockey fans on your list at NHLShop.com. The world's largest selection of officially licensed NHL fan gear with unique one-of-a-kind designs by Fanatics, Adidas, and more. All the latest styles for every NHL team. Don't miss out. Shop now and get today's special holiday offer. NHLShop.com. A Fanatics experience.
iPhone 15 from your husband deserves a new always. Tell me you want a new iPhone. A better plan is Verizon.
For a limited time, turn any iPhone in any condition.
So we're going to overtime, tied up 1. Again, Kevin Stem in the first period from Jonah Gadjevich and Aaron Ekblad. Noah Gregor in the second. That's all you got right now.
We go back to March. Panthers desperate for a win. And it started that late season run to make the playoffs. In overtime, Barkov to Montour. And a game winner. The Panthers, as you know, not making the playoffs. They then beat Boston. And they took on Toronto in the second round of the playoffs. Game 5 here in Toronto also went to overtime. And that's when Nick Cousins set the Leafs home for the Suns.
Nice screen there by Keefe. And that ended it in game number 5. Nick Cousins had a smile on his face in the third week in August.
So overtime again between these two teams. Now, Gadjevich is in the box. He has 56 seconds left on his penalty. Robertson is serving the penalty for the Leafs. There's 1:55 left on that one. So the Leafs will be on 3 to start overtime.
So it'll be an opportunity in the overtime to see who gets the extra point. We're still tied at 1. Kevin Stemlin and Noah Gregor have the goals. Nothing in the third. 3-on-3 for 45 seconds. That's what they rule until Florida gets an abbreviated 4-on-3 power play. Working patient and behind the cage. It'll be Aaron Ekblad off the half spin. A little bit nonchalant for me. This might be a turnover. As this is picked up here for Willie Nylander. I think Aaron Ekblad took a little bit too long. So now it's puck possession for the Maple Leafs. It's Rielly. Patient stick drag shoots high. And this one is knocked down. Auston Matthews. I kind of wonder if Aaron Ekblad would want to do this over. Now Morgan Rielly will spin it back. Auston Matthews has it in the defensive end. A 3-on-3 for about 5 more seconds before Florida gets a power play. Big hit. This is going to take one of the Panthers out of the play. This is essentially a 2-on-3. Drop pass and Montour was there. So now 4-on-3 for 50 seconds for the Panthers. Can they win it? Can they hold on to this puck? It's a 1-1 game. Barkov, right wing entry now off the cross pass. This is fired at wall, intentionally wide for Tkachuk. Tkachuk now, Montour settles it down. It's an opportunity for Carter Verhaeghe and Sam Reinhart. It's Montour. Here's a pass for Barkov near the right side, face-off dot. Barkov, patient, stick handling, work his way in the high slot. Here's a shot looking for a pass. It's Reinhart. It blocked. One of the Maple Leafs slow to get up. Reinhart. He's stick dragging. There's a bomb of a slap shot. Tkachuk was providing a screen, and the Maple Leafs get it down the ice. It was at 87 miles an hour for Barkov. Sam Reinhart. Power play down to 10 seconds on the 4-on-3. Then we'll go to 4-on-4. As this is Tkachuk. Tkachuk. High in the net. Cross pass. Oh, what a stop by Wall. We're still playing right now as this is flipped down the ice. Robertson will get back as it's 4-on-4 until we get a stoppage. 2:55 left. We're in sudden death. Here's a long flip. This will be picked up by the Panthers looking for a cutting Sam Bennett. Sam Bennett will pin his man to the wall and Calle Jarnkrok. And Oliver Ekman-Larsson was the one to deliver the shot. Matthews back out there already as Toronto has the puck. 4-on-4 right now until we get a stoppage. Here's a spin and turn. Nice play, Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe now. Rodrigues. He shoots it. Forsling. Big rebound. The puck is loose. And Wall falls on it. Makes the save. 2:28 left to go in overtime. And now we get some pushing and shoving between Forsling and Benoit, I should say, as Brody was also out there as well. Reinhart with a spin. He dropped it for Bennett. Rodrigues let it go in the high slot. Blocked by Wall. Rebound opportunity. Diving play by Benoit. Probably stopped the goal and saved it for Joseph Wall. But, man, he's been really good. And on the other side, Anthony Stolarz, much the same. As this game's had a little bit of everything. We still go on in OT. 2:28 left to go in this overtime. 37-31 shots on goal in favor of the Cats. Sam Reinhart against Auston Matthews. Auston Matthews, you figure, is one of the best. He'd win it. And he does. Morgan Rielly and behind the cage of Wall. Everybody can get settled here on their lines and what they want to do. 150-foot pass. Auston Matthews off a one-on-one. What a half spin. As they'll get this near the left side wall now. Still with it. Can't dispossess number 34. It's Rielly. Now to the left side dot for Willie Nylander. We'll turn around and think about some other things. 2 minutes left to go in this OT. It's Nylander against Barkov. He's one of the best two-way players in the league. Now Matthews. Here's an entry off of a half break, but they'll slow down nonetheless. Pick it up off the half spin and stutter step. Willie Nylander. They'll fire it against Stolarz. Hit away with the shaft of the stick. And Auston Matthews will just funnel it back into his own end. Joseph Wall. Panthers got to quickly make their change. It's Jake McCabe. Jake McCabe now for John Tavares. Near the right side dot. He's patient near the wall. Pick it up now off the backhand. Brandon Montour wouldn't leave him alone. John Tavares works his way in his own end right now. He's still trying to just use his body to shield the puck. And now Toronto turns it over. Stays on side. Tkachuk, he's just got speed. Pass across, turned over. And now the Maple Leafs. What are they going to do here? They want the puck. They fan on it. That was brutal there. It could have been a 3-on-1. Here's a sauce pass. Here's an opportunity for Bennett. He's on sides. Right in the middle. Here's Tkachuk. Here's a slap shot. This one gets blocked at 80 miles an hour. Sump back down. There'll be an opportunity for the Leafs. Who's got it? It's John Tavares. Down to 45 seconds. Near the right side wall. Marner. Got to get Chase. It's Carter Verhaeghe now. Off the drop pass for Barkov in the high slot. Here's a cross. It's Reinhart. Reinhart patient near the right side dot as the pass gets sent in. Evan Rodrigues takes down one of the Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs quickly trying to push the other way. They're trying to force a 2-on-1. Late arriving back check here. Can they funnel it there? Stick chops there for Marner. He gets dispossessed. Florida's on the edge of their shifts right now. They don't have a lot of energy. It's Reinhart. Walks in, shoots, saved by Wall. Down to 10 seconds. As this is shoveled back down the ice. Who's got it? Nylander. Near the left side wall. We're going to be going to overtime. 65 minutes is not enough. It's a shootout. 1-1 at the end of this OT. It's still Kevin Stenlund and Noah Gregor with goals in the first and the second. Nothing in the third. Nothing in the overtime. We've had 3-on-3, some 4-on-4. some chances there for Reinhart, Tkachuk, Barkov. I think they've been the better team in the OT, but as I said, you go into the shootout, I have to imagine that the Maple Leafs have the advantage here with the top amount of personnel and talent that they can throw out. No disrespect to Barkov, Reinhart, Verhaeghe, Bennett, players like that, Tkachuk. But when you do have Auston Matthews, John Tavares, Mitch Marner, and Willie Nylander, I think it's really hard for Anthony Stolarz to have the advantage here. But Stolarz and Wall have been terrific. This game has been excellent. And we're just going to decide it in extra time here in the shootout. We'll see who's going to get to go first. But this has been the contest I've been waiting on, just like the one on the Monday side for Tampa and Colorado. And now we get a shootout between the Panthers and the Maple Leafs. We'll see who's going to win this game 2-1. But Florida picks up a point, and so does Toronto. Toronto doesn't want that because they're battling these teams in the Atlantic. So Willie Nylander will begin the shootout for the Toronto Maple Leafs against Anthony Stolarz. And we'll see what he can do. And these first two games have been excellent, but this one has been a big-time cap on this side for the Monday game. Here's Nylander now, picks it up at center ice. He's got full speed, forehand, backhand, and he's shoveled it wide, maybe even off the left pad of Stolarz. So Stolarz makes the save, and now Florida has a chance to score first in the shootout. It always feels good when you start first and you make the save. It gives yourself an advantage. Anton Lundell is going to be the first in the shootout. 4 for 7. His shooting percentage isn't large, but it's good. Left to right, series of times, and too many moves, and Joseph Wall able to brush that aside with the glove hand, backhand, forehand about 6 different times. He ran himself out of real estate. Too many moves there. Interesting that he would start to lead the shootout. Auston Matthews, I'm going to go ahead and say he gets it here. He's got the silver chain, number 34. Goes on the right wing side, forehand, backhand, working his way, forehand, backhand, 5-hole between Stolarz. A sweet goal for Auston Matthews. And the Maple Leafs take the lead in the shootout. Have to think that's an easy bet that number 34 is going to be able to get the job done. He worked his way off the backhand, and he just slowly kissed that near the left side post and faked out Stolarz. It's pretty much a must score here. And Aleksander Barkov, he's got to be the one to do it. Try to tie it back up in the second round. Barkov backhand, and Joseph Wall made that look way too easy. Barkov didn't even do enough there. He just went standard backhand. He got robbed by Wall there. Really, it was just a power move off the backhand, and Wall met him the whole way. Maple Leafs score, they win. It's Mitch Marner in the full cage mask. This would be poetic justice after getting hit in the face by Tkachuk with a wrister. Marner can win it. Marner now, left dot side, series backhand, forehand, and he lost the stick handle. So the Panthers are still alive, although they must score to keep it going in the shootout. Marner, series of lefts and rights, and he just overskated himself. He fell on a banana peel as he slammed the stick into the glass. Sam Reinhart must score to extend the shootout. Reinhart now, right in the middle of a slot, off his forehand, shoots, scores! Reinhart extends the shootout. We go to round 4. He had to score to get it done. And Reinhart lifts it past the right post and above the blocker Wall. Let's keep it going. Who do we got next? It's an opportunity now for Max Domi. Domi, he rifles it way wide. I'm surprised that they would let him go. But we're going to go ahead and do this again. The Florida Panthers, after just tying this in the shootout when it had to be converted, now Matthew Tkachuk has a chance to win it. Can number 19 win it for the Panthers in the shootout? Tkachuk, backhand, forehand, fires it wide in behind the net, and we keep it going. Tkachuk had the game winner on his stick. Backhand, forehand, just wide of the right post. Nicholas Robertson is the shootout in the 5th round. Robertson full of speed. 5-hole attempt, and Stolarz falls on his heavily padded wallet. Laughs a little bit, but he will make the save. And once again, the Florida Panthers have an opportunity to win this one in round 5 of the shootout. We'll see what's going to be. Evan Rodrigues, former Pittsburgh Penguin. He's been good in this game. Full of speed. Backhand. He scores! In between the right pad of wall. And the Florida Panthers win the shootout 2-1. They win the game 2-1. And they get the extra point. This was an entertaining contest. The Florida Panthers take it. They get the extra one. I will see you on Thursday night between the Calgary Flames and the Dallas Stars. Forehand, move to the right, slides it through the right pad of wall, and the Panthers win this one in overtime in the shootout. That was a fun game, and I'm glad that you can join me here on the Twitter/X Space. The Toronto Maple Leafs fall in the shootout 2-1 to the Florida Panthers. We'll see you on Thursday.
Now we're going to get to the postgame show. The officials are taking one more look at this puck to make sure that it wasn't stopped and went back the other way before it went over the line. They always look at everything. Let's see this one ourselves.
Before I leave you on the YouTube side, I officially closed it. I don't think we're going to get any.
That's the question. Can Rodrigues tap that puck twice with his stick? After the initial.
I'm going to stay here on the YouTube side to make sure there wasn't double tapped by Evan Rodrigues before I close. I accidentally closed the Twitter space. I thought it was done. It's a double tap. It's a double tap, ladies and gentlemen. We're still here. We're still doing the shootout. It's not going to count. We're going to go to round 6. So off the double tap, let me make sure that I go ahead and get this to you because we're going to put this all together in the recorder. We're not going to miss any details. I accidentally closed the space on that side. I wouldn't have closed it on that side if I had anybody with me, but it's going to go to round 6. Double tap against Evan Rodrigues. Now we have the game winner. We're going to press on to the round 6 of the shootout. Noah Gregor. Wouldn't this be justice for Noah Gregor? He was the one that tied the game. And in round 6 of the shootout, he's going to try to give the Maple Leafs the lead. Camera cuts. It's Noah Gregor. And the forehand side, he snipes and scores. Ridiculous. Noah Gregor gives the Maple Leafs the lead. We thought it was going to be Evan Rodrigues. And now the Maple Leafs, if they can get a save from Joseph Wall, they'll win the game in the shootout. The Florida Panthers are making their way back into the dressing room, back on the bench. They thought the game was over. And now they need another goal. And now they have to decide at a turn of events who is going to be taking the shot in round 6. This is an opportunity now. This will be picked up here for a couple backhand, forehand, shot wide for Forsling. And what we thought was going to be a game winner for the Florida Panthers turns out to be a game winner for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They take this one in the shootout. Nick Cousins, backhand, forehand, fires it high. And the Toronto Maple Leafs will get a 2-1 victory in the shootout. My goodness. What was one call, which was ecstatic, was one call for the other. Noah Gregor ties it. Noah Gregor wins it. We didn't know it at the beginning. We thought it was going to be for the Florida Panthers, but it turned out to be for the Maple Leafs. They take this one 2-1 in a shootout. What a game nonetheless. Now the game's officially over. Maple Leafs take the 2 points. I will see you on Thursday.
All I gotta do is take a knee. Then they hand it off. Fumble to the house. What a deuce. Up by 5, 14 seconds left. You take a knee. Take a knee.
See you guys Thursday. Have a good one. That was a wild freaking game, wasn't it? Hopefully Thursday can do much of the same. Peace, everybody.